I won't bless that guy, that son of a
that son of a that poor son, that poor son, that
son of a bitch.
Leave that in. 1, 2, 3, sync.
Sync.
1, 2, 3, sync.
Sync.
Hello and welcome to the Pro Crastinators podcast. It's Sunday, the 10th? No, the 12th. I'm Ben Saint and Give and Take is here.
I'm here.
It's true. What's going on, Gib?
Well,
what's been going on?
Well, you know, I've been looking up, like, and looking down, and I haven't been looking. I just haven't seen anything really. It's sort of like the week sort of flew by and nothing happened at all.
That is so relatable. I too have had my head buried deep in the sand. You know Tall Bart.
Yeah.
I found his his Twitter has another Twitter linked that I guess is the guy that runs it. This guy P-Nards. And I guess he doesn't really tweet that much. His last tweet was like a year ago. Or he tweets but he did a couple of funny tweets like a year ago. Or no, it was only like a month or two ago. Never mind. One of them was like, here, I'll just read it right now. I was looking at them and they were really funny. No, where was it? I can't find it. Gib, I'm just really sorry. My bit failed.
Yet more mysteries. Yet more drama. The drama of the missing tweet.
No, it was a really funny tweet about like role playing as an ostrich and putting your head in the ground. No, hang on. I'm gonna hit at Pinar. I'm gonna use the Twitter search function. Ostrich. Come on. Here we go. December 16th, 2022. All you care about is your stupid ostrich roleplay bullshit. I'm not listening. I'm bent over, my head buried in 6 inches of sand, completely dead by suffocation. One retweet, 32 likes. This is Tall Bart. This is Tall Bart's material before he started chopping up Ben Shapiro, Joe Rogan. Well, I've been big mad this week, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've been big mad this week about some stuff, about some old PCP stuff, and I'm cooled off from it. And I gotta say, I was very unhelpful. It was very pointless. As usual, it was very pointless and foolish and maybe a little embarrassing to be big mad on the internet.
It is.
And that's and that's how it goes. Do you want me to briefly summarize?
It's a blood feud. It's between you and Jesse.
Blood feud. Right.
Over, I don't know.
Yeah, basically okay. It boils down to basically nothing. It was pretty much just me getting mad for. I mean, all right, we were basically done with the Radcon stuff, right? Like everything was done. Nate, I don't know if we've even said this on the show yet, but Nate actually finished the OVA. It's actually done, and we have it, and it's it's uploaded. It's just not published yet. We could literally be watching it right now. So it was like, wow, we're done. And then Jesse, at the very last minute, said, hey guys, I gotta claim my gas costs. I paid for gas to get there. Reimburse my gas. Oh, oops. Looks like I have to get my girlfriend to get a letter in the mail from her bank to prove the cost of a hotel stay or something. And it's gonna be another business week before I can get that to you. Sorry, and that, it held it up for a week. And, this did make me really mad, and I do think it's bullshit, but I did kind of blow up and go ballistic and say, you're lying, it's all fake, this is just a time-buying ploy, this is just a scheme this is a trick that you're pulling. I did say all that. It turned out not to be true, not to be the case.
Yeah.
But you know what? I don't know. I don't know.
No, you should have said, and I wouldn't change a thing.
I wouldn't change a thing. No, listen.
I wouldn't have missed it for the world, or some stupid thing like that.
Wouldn't have missed the. Yeah, I mean, listen. Here's the thing. Yeah, I guess it turned out that the receipts weren't fake, but they could have been, and that's what's so scary. That says a lot about society that it could have been true.
I don't need to lecture you about it. So you seem to understand that what you were doing was a bit silly, a bit over the top.
Yeah. In the end, there was nothing to be gained by complaining, and definitely nothing to be gained by throwing around allegations. So whatever. Did I need to post about it on Twitter? No. Definitely didn't need to do that. I forgot one of Nate bought me, I think I've mentioned that Nate bought me George Washington's Rules of Etiquette. It's a little red book that has it's kind of bullshit, actually, because it's not like he swore by these rules. It's just when he was a kid, when he was 14, he read a bunch of books about etiquette, and he just took notes, and he wrote down a bunch of rules in a notebook. And this is just those notes that he wrote down. So he didn't even come up with them. But one of them is what is it? Speak not evil of those who are not present, for it is unjust. And the thing about it is, even if everything I said, I mean, okay, hang on. Not to backpedal, but I didn't lie. I didn't lie on Twitter. I know that what I was accusing Jesse of turned out not to be true, but I didn't lie and make false allegations. All I said was that there was whatever.
I mean, what you said implied that there was something happening, and because people did not have the full context of the conversation, they read your tweet, and I was like, oh, I guess Jesse's the bad guy. I guess Jesse is this is confirmed because you're saying it. Well,
all right. He wouldn't show me the proof. He said he had proof. He wouldn't show me the proof. He did that not because he didn't have the proof. He did that to make me mad. And you know what? It worked. He got me. He freaking got me. I got mad on the internet.
Yep.
And anyway. Whatever. The thing, even if everything that I said he was doing turned out to be true, it would still have been a pretty ugly look. It's a pretty ugly look to go to Twitter about it. So, I don't know. Sorry. That's all. I guess that's all I have to say.
Did you apologize to Jesse?
No.
Could you do that?
No.
Come on.
No.
Do a little DM. Do a little I'm sorry.
I actually won't do that. I actually will not do that.
Thanks for listening to the Pro Crastinators podcast, everybody.
I don't care what Jesse thinks. I don't care if he's mad at me or if I was unjust. I'm not sorry for his sake. I'm sorry for my sake. And I guess anyone who was annoyed by me, that's it. I don't like Jesse. I have not liked Jesse for years. I don't care if the bridge is burned. Good riddance. But that's not an excuse to be a punk about it. So that's what I have to say about that. Anyway, just want to get out ahead of that because there were a bunch of comments being like, can't wait to hear Ben rage on the next podcast. And then I'm over it. I'm over my rage. Sorry. If you want to hear me rage, you can go and listen to my ranting on Twitch about it, the last couple streams that I did, which My stream viewership is up, by the way. My streams were doing pretty well. It might be because I've been ranting and raving about that lately. Or it might also be because I'm playing Battle Network and the freaking Battle Network collection is coming out, and I guess that's like in the news. It might be boosting my numbers as well. The last stream I did was like, it was at like the same viewership as like I used to get back in like 2019 when I was when I had a little thing going. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Be nice if that would keep up. Guess we'll see. Might also be because I've been very regular about my schedule. I've been keeping to the Monday, Friday evenings thing, so people know where to find me. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty cool. Yeah,
Do you think that's pretty cool? Would you? I think it's pretty neat. I
maxed out at 12 viewers last stream.
I was getting about like the first couple streams I did for a few weeks there. I was getting maybe like 20. I was maybe hitting like the mid 20s. And then the last one I did, I was up at like, I think I almost hit 60. And I think it did briefly hit 60. I was like, yeah, nice.
I'm wondering if my streams, because I changed the timing. People were saying, "Oh, it's too early to do the stream." I appeared as soon as it was over, so I did the stream later, and I got exactly the same number of people, but different people. Some maybe. So I guess Saturday is potentially not a good day to do it, or nobody cares about a little old Gib or Fire Emblem.
I mean, I can't speak to what people think about Fire Emblem. Saturday, I don't know. Saturday evening seems just as good as Friday evening. I actually was. I'm not really sure whether I think that like weekdays or weekends are better. I think different people watch Twitch on those two different kinds of days for different reasons.
Yeah. Some people watch a stream because their job is boring and they don't need to work.
Yeah.
So they're just like, fuck it. I'm just sitting here.
I think a bunch of people have told me, like, yeah, I'm watching this at work. Like, yeah, this is getting me through the work day or whatever.
Maybe I could move it into some part of the week. I don't know. The viewers aren't the point, but it's nice to get viewers.
Do you do it once a week?
Just once, yeah.
Yeah. I think I used to do it once a week back in 2019 or so, and I think now I don't know. I'm doing 2 a week now. It seems to be good, and I'm trying to keep I kept the last one to 3 hours. I started getting like cramps in my abdomen around 3 hours, and I was like, I'm going to take this as a sign from God to cut it at the 3 hour mark before my average viewer number dips.
Abdomen? Like from sitting?
Like in my guts. I started getting like cramps in my guts. I'm not sure why. They actually like went away right after I stopped streaming, so
maybe you were tensing that muscle when you were looking at Mega Man.
Maybe it was Twitch chats. It was Twitch chat's fault. Well, I got to the part in Battle Network 2 where you go to the place where the poor and the minorities live. So I was probably really on edge because I was going through a bad part of town.
Yeah, I was watching that part.
Yeah, basically the geography is pretty unclear. I'm pretty sure I am from a town called ACDC which is like a suburb of a city called Denden City, which is in a country called Electopia, which is sort of Japan. And I have traveled to, there's another place called Yumland that I have not been to yet. And I don't know what that's like, but I'm in another country now called Netopia, and Netopia is just America. It's America, but some people have French accents. So I guess it's just like a West. General. It's the West. Yeah. There's French people. There's medieval castles. and there's like back alley slums. So
It's our best
you know,
exports.
it's truly got it all.
Well, yeah.
The
I haven't got much to say about the story in Fire Emblem. It's almost non-existent. It's just sort of like you go from one map to the other, and they give you a brief, like a paragraph or a sentence as to what's going on.
Oh, I missed your stream yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah. Where were you, huh?
I was lifting, but that was like later. So
I was lifting for 24 hours straight.
Yeah,
I just couldn't.
I lifted in the evening. Yeah, and those were my evening plans, was to lift. I probably could have checked in around like 6
maybe
or
that's
something.
why. Maybe that's why it was only a few people. Everyone was lifting.
Everyone was lifting. Yeah. Munchie called me scrawny. Can you fucking believe that shit?
Well, I'm trying to remember, when I last saw you, what were you like? Because you weren't Fat Ben at that point. But I don't know if you'd been lifting for a while.
No, I had not. That was like about a year ago, right?
The last time, that was, last summer.
No, you were here. No,
2022 summer. Right?
No, I thought the last time you were here was when I was preparing. It was when you got COVID, right?
Yeah, that was in the summer.
No,
we went to the beach.
What?
Well, I don't know I don't think you went to the beach, but like it was hot. It was hot, and we went to the beach. We did some beach things. It was like off. It's because Munchie was off uni.
Am I smoking crack? I thought for sure that when you got COVID, and that prevented me from doing the live Mega Man lecture.
True,
and that was in like I thought that was in like February.
No, that I wasn't. It all happened in one big time, because I only got the COVID. I only came over and got COVID once, and that was when I was staying during the summer, because I remember it being really hot some nights. Needing that aircon going. And then because I got COVID, I had to stay isolated for about a week, and then I hung out for a little time after that.
That's so
I remember one of the last things that happened was we went to that like waffle ice cream. What was it? It's like some sort of confectioner.
Yeah, the waffle pop place.
Yeah, and we got a thing, and then we were walking.
And we were walking here.
We were walking down the old dusty trail.
I'm so confused. I really thought that was in like March. Wow.
Time is funny.
I'm all right. I don't.
Because then it was like after that,
it
was you were trying to figure out how to do the Mega Man thing by yourself instead of in front of a group, and that took basically like a few months.
Well, it took a few months to play all the games. Well, but I recorded
you had got that by that point, right? You had played all. No, you hadn't played all the games.
No, I had not. I was going to deliver the lecture without having played any of the games, or most of the games. And then, but I recorded the lecture at the end of August, because I remember that was like, I moved like literally the next day. So it was the end of August. And I thought it took me like 3 or 4 months to play through the game. So August, what's before August? July, June. Was it in like May or June?
I fucking
maybe did I blast through every Mega Man game in like 2 months?
Probably.
That's crazy.
I remember. All I remember was it was hot. It was like a hot time.
Maybe. Yeah. You know what? Maybe you're right. Yeah. Okay. Damn. I thought that was longer ago. That's crazy. That means I thought it had been a year since then, but it's only been like 8 months. Well, 10 months. Well, no, about like 8 months. That's so weird. Usually these days when I remember things, they happened much longer ago than I think they happened. What the fuck? Explain this shit to me. Sorry. Okay, well that was a tangent.
Could it have been like really warm in March or something?
Yeah, it might have been unseasonably warm in like May.
I could look through Discord things to be like, oh, this is the time, but I can't be bothered.
Yeah, whatever. No, no. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it was probably like May or June. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Okay, I believe it. I'm just fucked up. I'm just. Maybe I'm confusing it with when you were there for New Year's, because you were there for New Year's, right? And then you were there again that summer.
Was I there for New Year's? No, I don't think I was.
Oh,
I think
fuck.
I was invited. Was that like a big group of people?
I think so. Oh wait,
there was a big group
some
of people.
Some people came
and
for
I was
New
like,
Year's, and then
I
you
don't
didn't.
know.
You didn't come. You didn't end up coming, and I think it was because someone rescheduled or something happened to change the schedule, and you were gonna come. Oh, you didn't come because like COVID restrictions, right?
Yeah, there was a time I was going to come, and it was going to be early in the year, but I couldn't come because somebody in my family got COVID. Like they tested positive the day that I was supposed to fly. So it was like you don't know that you're safe. So we all had to isolate and stuff. So I had to I had to cancel that or like reschedule it for summer of the same year. And then it was a summer party, and I bought that summer hat, which I still have, which I like, and I'm gonna be using soon when the fucking sun comes back.
Well, thank you for helping me to reconstruct my shattered memories, my chain of memories.
Just like Kingdom Hearts.
Just like Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. How did I? Oh, anyway, Munchie called me scrawny. All that to say, Munchie. I would have been. Yeah, I don't think I had been lifting basically at all for like almost a year, or at least 6 months or so. The last time you were here. Now I weigh about the same, but I'm ripped. It's not true. I'm only a little bit strong. That's why I'm scrawny. So
it's the larger your muscles.
It's
the
so
less
funny.
time you spend on Twitter. It's just no correlation. Just sort of like a funny coincidence.
Not to with the less my muscles, the less on Twitter, or is it like as one goes up, the other goes down?
As muscles go up, Twitter usage goes down.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that means I got to get huge. Munchie is. It's funny. Munchie is like Munchie's bench press is like he's done a lot less lifting than me in life. So he's compared to me at it, he's a bit of a noob on his technique and things like that. Nevertheless, his bench press is already like almost the same as mine. It's just because he's bigger, which is that's just life, I guess. However, his squat is terrible, and he has actually like injured himself several times while squatting and had to like stop squatting because he got like he like pulled an adductor or something. So his squat is minuscule, but his bench press is threatening. So
I think I did some workouts in that basement
on the rack.
I used the thing, but I couldn't.
Yeah, the power rack.
I couldn't lift the bar with any things on it. I could only use the bar and only just.
What lift were you trying to squat it?
I was just doing what they were doing. So I was doing a curl, and then I did a bench press.
Yeah.
And
squat.
I don't think I did a squat. You had to put that like behind your head.
Your back. Yeah, on your like shoulders.
Cringe.
That's literally the most important one. Literally the most important one.
I did that with the smaller weights, with the hand weights.
Ugh. Dumbbell squats. Disgusting. I
was doing some weightlifting tourism. I wasn't really interested. I was really into it.
At least you're not one of those perverts that squats with the bar on their back, but they put the frickin' like roll pad on the bar to like, ooh, cushion it. Ooh, I'll put the little cushion on the bar. Because I'm such a fucking idiot that I rested on my frickin'... Cushion?
Wouldn't that just make it slip?
Well, there's sometimes in the squat rack you see a little circular. It's like a Velcro round little cushion that you can sort of like Velcro on to the center of the bar to like rest it on the back of your neck. The thing about that is
I'm thinking of is if it's not perfectly fixed to the bar, then it'll rotate.
Slide left.
It would rotate and then it would slide down your back, wouldn't it?
Well,
there's like potential. That's all I'm imagining.
Yeah, I see what you mean. it really shouldn't do that. The thing about it is you really don't need it, because if you're squatting correctly, the bar is not, you know, you got the little, like, I don't know what it's called, the little bone bulge on the back of your neck. I guess it's a vertebrae. You know,
shoulder pad.
No, on the neck.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know. I don't know bones.
You can feel the vertebrae of like the back of your neck. Like if you're if you're an idiot, then yeah, it would be really uncomfortable to have the bar rest on your vertebrae. But like you're not supposed to do that. It should be on your shoulders. It should be resting on your shoulders.
On your shoulder blades. That's the word.
Right, but no, not on the blades. Like on the divot between the trapezius and the whatever the shoulder muscle is called.
Oh, the trapezia.
Yes, the traps. No,
that's why they're called traps.
No relation. What? No relation.
They're okay.
the trap is the big. Well, here let's examine. Let's examine.
Wait, is that why they're called traps?
What you mean, boys? I mean, girls?
No.
What are you talking about?
The like neck muscles. I've heard them referred to as traps, like the big neck muscles when like Goku has one big ones.
Yeah, because it's the trapezius. It's the I think it's the trapezius dorsi.
Wow.
Or no, it's just the trapezius.
I never really thought about it. That they would have a real name.
If you can believe it, they really do.
Like pecs or pectorals, like duh.
Right. So anyway, what was I talking about? Here's the view. The deltoid, right? If you squat correctly, the bar is resting on the divot between the trapezius and the deltoid. It's not resting on the bones of the neck. So you really don't need that cushion.
What if you have a fucked up weird neck?
Well, gosh, I mean, I guess if it's I don't know. Like, I mean, how fucked up are we talking? It must be
well, I guess I'm thinking of like gamer neck, like it's going forward.
I got a bad case of gamer neck,
where it's like going like leaning forwards a lot. But that would get it further out of the way. So it would be like some sort of anti-gamer neck, where you're like your neck comes back.
I think
backwards.
maybe if you're really stiff and you have a bad range of motion, it might be difficult to get it in the proper position, resting on the deltoids. I think a little bit of stretching and a little bit of practice would limber almost anyone up to the point that it would rest. I mean, proper squat form takes practice. It's a fairly complicated movement to do, and you sort of just have to practice it until you get the form right. So yeah, but once you figure it out, the point is you don't need that pad if you're doing it correctly. But anyway, the reason I bring this all up, I don't know. I've started cycling creatine. I've started doing that again in the hopes of becoming huge once more. Once upon a time, I was huge. I wasn't that huge, but I deadlifted 300 a couple years ago, and that's my goal again. If I'd like to deadlift 300, I'm actually almost there. I'm at like 275. So. But I'm sort of installing on my squat. I've been stalling on my squat at like 220. So, you know, I'm going to start cycling creatine again and hopefully blast past the plateau and become my best self.
Wow.
I'll be the cutest and the strongest. That's my goal.
I've completely stopped exercising or moving at all.
Idiot. Idiot!
I would
die.
But
this
is
not. This is not life. This is gradual death. That's you. That's Osho talking to you right now.
Oh, I love Osho.
Wasting away. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know I learned about it from the Red Letter Media episode where they do a video of his.
Well, there's and
he's like he's a cult leader. Insane. What he's like, I don't know whether he's insane, but he's just like very good at manipulating people to believe his bullshit, and he did it.
That's actually that one they're talking about in that one is actually the same. It's the Rajneeshpuram cult that there's a Down the Rabbit Hole about the same thing. It's the same dudes. Lamau. And I guess there's also a documentary. I think those guys, the Red Letter Media guys, knew about it because of a documentary. I know about it because of Down the Rabbit Hole.
Also a documentary.
That, honestly, Frederick Knudsen probably knew about it because of the documentary.
Yeah, I need to get back into doing anything. It's just been when it's so cold, when it's so chilly. I mean, it's not so much chilly anymore, but
yeah,
all I wanted to do was wrap up in a blanket and sit on my chair.
I'm really happy that the guys over at what I will call Munchie House decided to get back into lifting with me. I don't think I would have the willpower to do it by myself. Also, it's kind of dangerous to do it by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know. I was really happy that those guys, I think maybe like 4 months ago or something, were like, we want to get back into it. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
Son of a bitch.
And we've been pretty consistent about it for a while now. And that feels really good. And I'm really, I like that. If they have to move, I have a basement. They have a really nice basement that has a lot of room and a lot of like ceiling space. You've been there.
Yeah.
If they have to move, I might be able to move the rack. I have space in my basement, but the ceiling is low. So I think I could fit the rack there. It would probably be fine. I would just have to do like sitting overhead presses, which is acceptable.
You'd have to dig a hole to stand in if you wanted to lift it up.
Well, at my old place, at Monkey House, I deadlifted so hard that I crushed the concrete under the bars. So when I would deadlift, like the plates would be sitting in like two like crushed divots of like pulverized concrete.
Wait, you mean you dropped it afterwards?
I didn't like full on like drop it like freehand, but I did sort of like, I would pretty much like hit it. It would hit the ground pretty hard, and yeah, eventually I cracked the ground and like it pulverized some of the floor. Whatever. It's cheap. I told the guys I would patch it with like patching putty. Never did. Just moved out. Left the damage. Lamau. Moving that rack was such a nightmare. It was like it added a whole other step to like the moving process. But it was worth it. Because now I'm strong. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I need to see it to believe it.
That's right. I look pretty much the same. I look pretty much the same. Maybe I look a little bit more cut. I don't know. I haven't like lost. I would have to like lose a bunch of weight. If I might look a little bit good. If I cut like 20 pounds, I might be a little more noticeably muscular than maybe I would have been several months ago. But like, I'm not going to do that. I think I want to focus on getting huge for a while more until I start to feel like, I don't know, until I feel like, wow, I'm actually a little bit ripped. And maybe then I'll cut. Maybe then I'll focus on cutting fat and becoming cut like a diamond, shredded. That's the goal. I'm not ripped enough yet that I want to be like, all right, time to cut the fat and show these gains. But soon. Very soon.
You want to get abs that you could grate cheese with?
I mean, that'd be cool. At the very least,
you don't even need to buy a grater. It saves money.
I like to have huge shoulders. Big bulgy shoulders are cool. I have
bulgy shoulders with
I have kind of a wide
shoulder pads.
I have kind of like a wide frame and like wide shoulders, so I think it might be, I don't know, I think maybe to enhance my natural physique, big shoulders would be like, yeah. Just lean into it. Just lean into what you've already got going on. So, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Speaking of the plan, the perfect comic party. last week.
Oh,
I spent some time. I made a little logo. I guess it's basically done.
You showed me the logo, and I told you. I think I expressed to you how much I liked it. Let me just express. I love it. I love how it looks.
Thank you.
I can't wait to put it. I want to put it. If you have like a high res version, I'd like to put it on the website, and I'd like to like maybe make it maybe not yet, but soon make it the new channel icon. I'm gonna put it on the Patreon and stuff. The website is live. I figured it out. If you right now, if you go to perfectcomicparty.com, it redirects you to the podcast.com, and the podcast.com shows the new website, which I mean it's not, and it's got most of the episodes. It's got a lot of the episodes uploaded for download. I'm working on getting them all up there. It does not have there's a stuff page that has links to the Doujin and Road to Radcon. That stuff's not actually there yet. It's just like a blank download link, but it will be there soon. And
I haven't actually looked at the site yet, but yeah, looking at all these text on the gradient.
It's it's pretty, it's a website written in HTML.
Yeah.
Let me look at it. Let's throw up a screenshot.
I've never seen like a list in text of all of the PCP episodes.
Oh yeah.
I'm scrolling through history right now.
It's I think I want to. Somebody in a comment suggested, when you go to the archive list, you see all the episodes. There must be like 400 MP3s on here. If you go all the way down.
Oh, so it just opens a download link. Okay.
Some of these are not actually here. If you go to maybe, that one does, and it just downloads the MP3. But anyway, what was I saying? Shit. I was gonna make a point about something, but it's gone.
The new website, it's got text on a.
Oh,
gradient.
I want to put the logo. I want to put the logo up top.
Yes. Well, I guess I can. I don't know if I was totally finished or.
Okay.
I think I was though. I did like. I added the. I can give you the Photoshop or the Clip Studio. Do you have Clip Studio?
Well, I use Manga Studio, which is supposedly the same program, so it might work.
Okay, otherwise I can send you a Photoshop with all the layers, and you can move them around and stuff.
I mean, I do want the layers, but I mean, I think either one is fine. Yeah. So, yeah, if you look at, I made a Ko-Fi. I made a PCP Ko-Fi. We should put that. We'll link that in places. Stuff has Road to Radcon and the Paradise Doujin, and links to my site if anyone wants print copies, because I do have print copies of those sitting around. Well, I have a print copy of Paradise. I have a big box of Road to Radcon that I would like to get rid of if anyone wants one. They have really the beautiful cover art by Mishi.
I already have my copy.
It's a collector's item. I think I have I must have at least 40 of those just sitting in a box. I'd really like to get rid of them. The PCP dating sim, the PCP Minecraft server, a link to Endless War, and your website, my website. I could maybe add anything else you think of. Yeah. So I figured out all the URL fuckery and stuff. I think I'm probably going to download all the files we had on Bluehost. I'm probably going to take all the files off there and save them somewhere. I would like to just cancel Bluehost. And I wonder is there a way we can just migrate the domain of Pro Crastinators podcast to DreamHost?
That should be possible.
It seems possible.
It's just sometimes hosting and stuff that can be annoying about how to maneuver it around.
Well, we don't need to do that right away, because like the website is working now. But like, you know, the Bluehost is now extraneous. It's just extra hosting costs that we don't really need to pay. So, you know, I'd like to get rid of it as soon as possible, but it's not like super urgent. So yeah, the new website, and yeah, I'll try to like gussy it up a little bit with like those icons you made, and maybe I'll make the fonts a little bit. I mean, this kind of plain font is like fine. Yeah,
as long as it's readable, and it is.
But anyway, yeah, if you're listening to this, you can at the okay. People asked for the podcast apps. You know, I have not updated the Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anything like that. But if what you want is like a downloadable MP3s that you can listen to, if you want downloadable MP3s of all the episodes, all the past episodes ever, they're here, and they're on the procrastinatorspodcast.com, and you just go to the Procrastinators Podcast episode archive link, and there's a whole list of them, and they are mostly there, and if anything is missing, you can let me know in the comments, and I will try and get it up there. Yeah. So I'm glad to have gotten that sorted out. I was really banging my head first against, like, how do I actually put the files on the internet? Like, we own the domain. How do I put the files there? I had forgotten how to do that. And then once I did remember it, I was like, okay, I remember how to put files on the internet, but now how do I make it so that I've got the original website. I want to, 1, replace it with a new website, and then 2, make a second domain redirect to it. And figuring out both, I figured those out yesterday. So I'm glad to have done that.
Yeah.
And that was like, productivity wise, that's most of what I got this week. But it's not nothing, so I feel okay about it.
Yeah.
It's not nothing.
Yeah.
It's not nothing. You know, you can say it's not nothing. That's pretty good. Anytime it's not nothing, you should feel good about that. It's like my old thermodynamics teacher used to say, when you solve a physics problem, it's important to let yourself feel good about it, so that you will condition yourself to want to do more in the future. If you beat yourself up about it, I didn't do it fast enough, I didn't do it good enough, then you're going to teach yourself that getting things done just gives you pain. And that's not going to...
I wish I had that advice when I was young. I just ended up feeling pain constantly.
Well, you know, it's good advice. It's hard to internalize and live by consistently, but
I mean,
it's good if you can manage it.
I've been learning that basic lesson with my therapist. I think I talked about it last time, just sort of noting down things I've done, and like just noting that they have been accomplished. So I look back on the week and I'm like, oh yeah, I guess I did all that stuff, because I often forget.
That guy was like a Buddhist like monk or something, or he like worked at like a Buddhist temple like a couple towns over, and he was like an adjunct professor who they had got in to replace. We had like a much older, like a very accomplished older guy who had written like the textbook. He literally wrote the textbook for the class. But that guy had like, he was very old and he was going through some health things, and I think he got too sick. Like literally the year I showed up and was supposed to be taking this class, they were like, he can't do this anymore. We gotta get some new guy in. So we got this freaking Buddhist guy. And that guy, he gave us all these like sage wisdoms and stuff, and he was so, hey, don't worry about it, just feel good about it. But then he would assign like PhD level questions to us, and like we found where he was getting his homework questions for us, and they were like PhD qualifying level. So he would assign these unrealistically difficult things, and then he would just grade them like really leniently. But it sucked because we didn't know that he was going to grade them leniently, so we all would like get together and spend all night banging our head against these things and not be able to figure out, turn in like shittily, like barely solved, like probably wrong answers, and then we would get them back, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, well this was pretty much wrong, but I guess you couldn't have known that, so a B plus." But hey, feel good about it though. Take a minute and just feel good.
Feel good that you tried. Something.
You tried, and you accomplished. You figured some of it out, and like that's good enough.
Isn't the purpose of school to be taught how to figure that out?
Well, that's what the textbook is for.
Not just tested on it.
Well, that's what well, I mean, he did give.
All you need to do to get good PhD results for a baby, you just give them the same, like a series of tests over and over again, and eventually they'll get it.
Just every day,
it'll just click.
Every day, give them a test. Like, hey, can you walk? Let's test your walking. Oh, you failed today. Okay, and then several hundred tests later, eventually they'll pass, and it's all because of your encouragement.
Yeah, so that was the first thing I did in the week.
The logos.
Yeah, the logo.
They're so good. I don't know if we want to like show them. Do you want to show them, or do you want to keep them a surprise?
I mean, let me just screen grab them right now because I've got them open. Do you think this is at a point where it's like, yeah, this is finished. This shall be what it is. Because I don't really know what to edit about them. I think they're pretty good. I think they look. I'm perfectly happy with this going on the book. You know what? I know I asked for the. I don't think I would put the on the PDF. I would want that for like maybe the website. Yeah. That's just the file as it appears currently. Right. No, I'm think this is perfectly good, and like no notes. This can go right on the comic or the zine or whatever we're calling it. Yes. So with regards to that, well, kind of related, not exactly, but I've been making a PDF ready, a print version ready of Clarissa for an Amazon Kindle direct publishing sort of thing that Amazon can do, which is my next goal. I had sort of a crisis in this week where I was like talking to my therapist. My therapist was like, "Well, I mean, don't you want to make money? Like, how expensive is this comic? What are you going to sell it for?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to put it on the internet for free." Right. And they're like, "But what else? What? Huh? What are you, stupid? What are you, idiot?" Right. And I was like, "Oh no, I am idiot." Right. I need to monetize. I avoid it because I don't know. I guess I just have a thing about it. A thing about like putting a price tag on my work. Yeah. And statements and marketing, and I don't know. Yeah, for sure. It's maybe a more like a focused determination of whether what I've made is good is whether it makes money, and I'm like, I just want to avoid that whole question. Actually. I know what you mean. No, that makes perfect sense. But there's no harm in having the ability for people to buy it. So I did the Perfect Comic Party logo, and then I started trying to figure out how to monetize, and I've got a plan. I'm gonna make Clarissa chapters 1 to 4 into a PDF, and I'm gonna put that on Amazon, so you can buy it as a Kindle digital version. And with the Amazon Direct Publishing, I looked into this. It's print on demand. If you type in Amazon Print on Demand, that's a different service. This is Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. Okay. Which was confusing for a bit. But you make a book as a PDF or some other thing, and it will be printable by the consumer without me having to do any work printing it and sending it. That's actually
Yeah, the fact that you don't have to do the shipping yourself, that probably saves you like so much money. Because Amazon can ship stuff so much cheaper than you can.
They can. They can obviously print it so much cheaper as well. And Clarissa Gunsmoke and the Lord of Ghosts, which I will do as well. I'll do the Lord of Ghosts. I'll do a Redman version, so you could buy a physical Redman thing for people who missed the Kickstarter.
Base.
And it'll be, it's going to be a storefront. It's going to be, I'm going to sell my work.
That's
I may
awesome.
even make a Bale Jape hardback little book.
That's actually
put
probably
all
like
that stuff together.
It's actually probably like a really good idea.
Yeah, that's gonna take a while to like set all those PDFs up because they're so exact, they're so specific.
Yeah,
I was like opening all of the many tabs and like learning and relearning about exactly what a margin is and what bleed means.
Oh,
and when you set like they have a system, I think for any print company, but Amazon explained it as the size, the number of pages determines how big the inner margin has to be because of, the more pages there are, the less the book can open flat. So you have to change the margins based on how many pages. Now, because
the spine is thicker?
Yeah, the spine is thicker, therefore the inner margin should be it should be thicker to accommodate for readability and all that.
Yes.
And the choice of ink, the choice of paper quality changes certain things, and I've figured out all that for Clarissa at least.
Yeah.
I put in all the numbers, I know the bleed, I have the file that is the right dimensions in centimeters and inches and pixels or whatever. And I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to make it. That's next week. I'm going to make it. It's going to be made.
That rules. That's really cool. That's probably going to do. That's actually, it actually sounds great. I'm imagining, imagine if you could just make a book and you didn't have to take orders and buy envelopes and address the envelopes and bring them to the post office. Imagine, that's incredible.
I want to check the quality before I officially announce it.
I should look into it and see how much am I really saving? How much am I really saving by doing it myself?
For me personally,
for you it's worse because you're in the UK, I think. Right?
Absolutely, that's absolutely a major factor. But also, the whole printing and sending and organizing of all that is so much hard labor mentally, and physically, but mostly just to keep track of everything. That I should be getting a much bigger paycheck than what I'm actually getting doing it myself.
Oh yeah, no.
So the fact that Amazon takes care of all of that, and they're such a large company that they can print this stuff.
Yes.
Without they don't need to buy 100 of them.
Just let Daddy Bezos take care of that for you. Just leave it up to him. He'll take care of everything. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the money you give. Just let Amazon take care of it for you.
Look.
It's so easy. Isn't it just the easy thing to do? Isn't it just the frictionless way to go about things? We just make it so easy for you.
They'll have a thing on the submit your PDF, and there's a box checked use slave labor, yes or no. If you click yes, it's much cheaper, you get much better returns. But if you uncheck it, less money.
The profit
less money
margins,
for you.
Though. Hey, slaves need jobs too. Click. It would be wrong to take that slave's job away.
We're all trying to make it in our little world.
Well, I guess there's no
I don't
ethical
like
consumption
Amazon,
under
but
capitalism anyway. So, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, most people never think about any of that. The fact that I think about it is merely just a frustration for me.
The fact that I know that I'm putting some slave into a work camp. At least I acknowledge. At least I'm aware that that's what I'm doing.
Hey.
No. I've made a kerfuffle, but it's fine. I'm also probably gonna look into it and just see how much?
I think I'll try with the Clarissa.
Oh,
I want to see if the quality is good, because my initial reservations were, are they gonna be good for image like print? Because maybe it's just good for text. But they sell children's books that way, which are entirely illustrated. So I'm like, okay, obviously, you got like your little publishing, like independent author, and they're like, I want to sell my children's book. It has to be good enough. It can't be shit quality. Otherwise, nobody will ever use it. So
yeah.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do the Clarissa chapters 1 to 4.
Oh.
And then if it's good, I'll do the rest of my books, and it'll all be available forever. And if that's not the case, I'll at least make PDFs that you can purchase if you want to support me. I'll put that on Amazon anyway, but also on Gumroad, I think, for the same price, just in case you don't want Amazon getting anything.
I got physical copies of, actually at almost the same time. I got the 2 test copies of Slime and Punishment, and I got the test copy of the Radcon 4 Doujin, and the Doujin looks good, except the margins were a little bit. I cut it a little close with the margins, and it's mostly fine, except some of the page numbers were like cut off, so I like adjusted the position of the page numbers, and I'm probably gonna print another test copy. But like other than that, like the bleeds all looked okay. It's pretty nice. It looks like a little mini manga. I guess I could post a picture of it. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Where did I?
I'll post the logo that I sent you. So that's what it looks like, everybody.
Yes. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so shiny. I love it. I really
imagine little enamel pins of that.
Oh! I didn't even think of that.
That's what I was thinking.
Think of that.
It's like, it's shiny, just like my favorite thing, a little enamel pin. It's got a little raised up thing.
I did not even think about
the perfect comic pin.
The perfect comic pin. Yeah, true. Yeah, and I'm imagining. I'm just imagining. I don't know. You can make it different colors, different issues if you want. Oh, wait. I had another question. I had another thing to raise, but I will mention that in a moment. Let me just let me go to my PCP folder. Let me go to my Radcon folder. Let me go to the Doujin folder, and let me show you.
Well, while you're doing that, I also have an announcement for a new version of the giveandtake.site website. I'm revamping it, and it's going to be nice and good. That's probably also going to happen next week.
Is it live now? Oh, next week you said. Okay.
Yeah, next week. I've Ben Rodia, the person behind the famous giant punk plush that he gave me at Radcon 4 meetup.
I didn't know it was the same guy.
Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And he's just approached. He wanted to do the PCP website.
Yeah, I know. I just said
Ben was like, is more like better as a list. And I guess we don't need a big revamp.
I just said
it's yeah.
Okay, I mean, I said, yeah. He said he would do it. He said he would make it fancy, and he said he would charge some money to make it fancy. And I said, well, I can just make it. I can make it cheap and quick and dirty for free, and that's what I did. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we can. I don't know. We can make it fancy if we want to.
Yeah, just mentioning.
Yeah.
That I can't do it quick and cheap and fancy, so it's gonna be good. I'm liking how it's look.
There's a triangle. There's
the
a triangle. Do you want quick, cheap, fancy? Pick two. I went with quick and cheap.
True.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a cool thing. Currently, there's like the Runaway from Snakes game being implemented right now.
Do you have any like images of what it's going to look like, or?
Mostly I'm excited because it's away from the shitty WordPress thing, and it's so much more user-friendly to upload like new comic pages to.
Was your old website on WordPress?
Yeah, it was a WordPress website because I don't know how to build websites, and it's so restrictive and so convoluted and terrible and bloated. And so this new one, I've been given instructions on how to edit like HTML and add new pages. Add new pages by simply getting the images and then like naming them correctly, putting them in a folder that gets uploaded, and then just editing the data file to say this is a new comic, this is of this kind. Like whether it's a long scrolling comic or like a one page at a time, like one panel at a time, like a bell jape comic.
Yeah.
And then like the image it's referencing, and it just makes all the pages by itself. That's
very convenient.
Which is going to be very useful for when I have like a billion comics.
Does it make the new web page, and it makes it so that it like links to the previous page and the next page?
Yeah, there's button
that's
stuff.
pretty good. That's really good. Yeah,
it's all involved. It's all incorporated, and the things I would do is like edit like styles of fonts and stuff to taste.
Yeah.
Most of all the functionality is all there, and I don't need to touch it, and it's great.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's on Saint Comics, when I upload a new page, I have to like copy paste another page file and just change the like where the links go, update the new page so that it links to the one before it and the one after it on the next links, which is, quite tedious. So that's big. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
I
anyway,
intend to have all the Clarissa stuff, and then Balejape 2 will go on there, and it'll be so simple to upload that it'll make comics easier as a prospect. I won't have to think about anything. I'll just make it, and then it's on the website. It's going to be easier than fucking, I don't know, what's the Tapas?
I hate Tapas.
Or Webtoon, or
I hate Tapas.
Microsoft Paint. Microsoft Paint Fan Ventures. If that still exists. Probably does.
Yeah, it still exists. Although, I haven't looked at it in a while.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. I made one of those.
I mean, Beastcapades was one of those.
Do you remember Horsestuck?
Oh, vaguely. Wait, about Gib, right? About like Gib and the horse.
It was Gib.
Yeah.
It was going to be the Gib and the Horseshoe Crew, but in Homestuck, but I didn't get very far in it. It was just me in my room, fucking around. There's a few GIFs. I could put that on there. That could be like a little secret.
That's your Bard quest.
Yeah, I've got multiple Bard quests. I've got Pocket Boys, the instantly abandoned Nuzlocke comic.
Right.
I didn't even get to like the first gym leader. I was just like, yeah, whatever.
I instantly abandoned a Nuzlocke comic once upon a time. I mean, a long time ago, like before I ever posted online. But I did make like one page of when it was stick figures. Ugh, hope I never find that.
Yeah, so there's Canon Story, there's fucking Pocket Boys, there's Red Noir, there's Red Man, there's Balejape, Clarissa Gunsmoke, The Lord of Ghosts, and what else did I say? Something. I said something else.
I posted the picture of the Radcon.
Oh, and the Horsestuck. Horsestuck can go on there as well.
Secret Horsestuck. I posted the picture of the Radcon 4 Paradise Doujin.
Yeah.
As you can see there. It's a real thing. I have one of them now. And I got... And the margin...
No, we're gonna get splashed by the water. It's coming.
We're gonna get splashed. I also got, Slime and Punishment. I got 2 copies of it in slightly different colors and in 2 slightly different page weights. And, I went with the firmer page weight, and I gotta say, it's actually really big. It's really big to the point that it's a little bit floppy, because, like, the pages are just so large, and because it's cut, like, it's cut landscape instead of vertical, so the spine is on the short side. So even at, like, I'm gonna ask her, like, what if we used, like, unusually stiff paper? I might try to order like a test and see like.
Wait, Sorry, for the slime,
Yeah, for Slime and Punishment.
is it? You said it was a hardback, but it's still floppy.
No. It's soft cover.
Oh, okay.
It's soft. It's not like. It's it's floppy like. It's very similar to the paper quality is very similar to like the Problem Sleuth books. It's just that it's like much bigger. Like it's, I don't know, 8.5 by 11 is the size of a piece of paper, and that doesn't sound that big. But like the fact that it, like a 250 page book of that size is like quite large. I'm almost thinking I overdid it on the bigness.
Yeah, like a size, like a sheet of A4.
I think that's A4.
8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
Wait, I've got a measuring thingy.
Normal. I mean, in America, that's normal printer paper, and I think it's probably the same.
8.5. Wow, that's a little bit bigger than my A4 sheet of paper right here. 8.5. I think I've got like 8, so you've got an extra ½ inch by 11. Oh no, it's more of a square.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, a little bit more square.
Oh.
I think.
Huh. Okay. Well.
Guess it's not A4. It's US standard.
Hang on. A4 size in inches.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just looking.
Yeah. This says A4 is 8. It's 8.25 by 11.67. So I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. No, US is a little bit wider and a little bit shorter. Yeah,
I wonder what the difference is for.
It's actually
Why would they do such a thing as to have a different standard of normal paper?
That is stupid. Same with like different plugs. I would have preferred the book to be, less long and more tall, but just the fact that the panels were like Twitter sized means they're like relatively quite wide. So honestly, having the book be like the proportions of the panel would make it like really long, and it would look really weird as a book. And so I stretched it out vertically a little bit just to make it a little more square. And as a result, there's kind of like there's like an inch or two of black space sort of at the top and bottom of most pages. It's a little bit of wasted space, but I think it just makes the book a more appealing shape. I don't know. I had to sort of work, just find the best compromise for page size and all that. But anyway, yeah, it's really large, and so I'm gonna ask for maybe another sample with like stiffer paper and see, like, I don't know, does that make it better, or does that just like turn it into cardboard, or does that cost like twice as much, in which case it's probably not worth it. The one that I got is like, it's pretty, it's very similar in quality, paper quality, to Problem Sleuth books, except that the inner pages are like coated. The inner pages are like not laminated, but they're like UV coated, which makes them it crushes the blacks. Like when they're like the uncoated pages, the black is kind of gray. The coated pages are like the blacks are black. And like the pages are mostly black, like it's black pages with the image set on it, so like it really needed that. Even though it costs more. But that's the price.
Wait, each individual page is coded?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because it's it's full color. Yeah.
So much. Yeah. You want it to be as dark as possible. That's
where a lot of the printing cost went. Is making like every page full color, like coded, But it had to be that way. I'm wondering, looking at it, it's so large. I'm wondering if maybe I could have got away with making it a little smaller, and maybe that would have saved some money.
Yeah, I think I started building the PDF for a bell-shaped book to be around the same size as the Homestuck and Problem Sleuth books, because they felt good.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't need it to be bigger than that.
Yeah, they're good size. I don't know, whatever. It's kind of cool that it's big also. It's cool that it's big, and because I went with this one printer, the prices are not. This printer is like, the price is decent. The price is decent for like 100 copies, and I'm hoping I can sell at least 100 copies. I would be like, all right, cool. I accomplished my goal if I sell 100. At 100 copies, it's cheap enough that I can sell them for what I think is a reasonable price, which is going to be around the $30 to $35 range plus a little bit of shipping. And if I go higher than that, though, if I sell like 200 copies, the price like drops tremendously. If I could sell 200 copies, I would like double the profit on every individual copy because it's just that cheap to print in bulk. So like,
wow.
Yeah, it literally is like, it's barely more expensive to print like 300. It's only like 50% more to print 300 copies as opposed to printing 100. And then it's like, yeah, to go to 500 is only like it only adds like another like 50% on that. So like, yeah, it's really. It would be.
I have to check with the Amazon thing, like how, because they don't do bulk. It's just
right,
print when
it's
somebody buys one.
That's where the profit margin is. It's in the bulk printing that gives you like the per copy discount. That's where you find.
my skills lie more in like just making the comics.
Oh, not me. I'm terrible at that. But marketing and production, that's where I make my mony. The comic, an afterthought. The content, meaningless, garbage.
What I mean is, like, it would take so much more effort for me to do all of that extra stuff.
Yeah.
That I would not end up making that much of a profit, as opposed to going through some other thing.
The fact of the matter is, you only have so much energy and so much time to spend, and there is a choice to be made. How much time do you want to spend? Yeah, looking into production details and getting the work produced and trying to like squeeze out a higher profit margin by, such and such, versus how much time do you want to be drawing comics. And I'm gonna have to say that, yeah, I probably do spend an above average amount of time on the one side trying to like find the perfect paper coating and the perfect book size and the perfect like printing company with the best shipping costs and all that. And that's a compromise. Life is a series of choices, and I made some. But I don't know, I just find it so satisfying. I think a lot of people would find that kind of thing really tedious and aggravating, and don't get me wrong, it's not that, but it's hugely gratifying to like find what feels like a good solution and be like, yes, it's just right. It's the perfect paper size. I found a good deal. Nothing is being wasted here. I am getting the best return on my investment I could possibly get. It's great. So,
Yeah. When I was on a roll with the Lord of Ghosts comic, it did feel good. Like, get printing. Like, I bought like label paper that I could print onto, so I was printing out the labels and sticking them on the envelopes and putting the things in. I had already pre-drawn the doodles that I needed to do, and then for the signatures, I would just sign them, put them all in, and then it'd be like a big, huge, like wheelbarrow of comics to put to the post office. And it was like, it felt good to get through a lot of that.
Yeah.
But it's just a little. It's really mostly the headaches of items being sent back or just getting destroyed in customs.
Yeah.
And me not really having a proper, like, I'm not a business. I don't have all of those funny numbers they need sometimes.
Yeah.
What a fuck. What a whole big thing.
Filling out the customs forms for international shipments was always like, I would get to the post office and then I would have to go and like find the slips and then spend like an hour standing there like filling out slips with like, because they already have the information written on the envelope, but no, you got to copy the information from the envelope onto the slip, and then you give them the slip, and then they have to look at the slip and manually type in what you wrote on the slip.
That seems pointlessly convoluted.
It really does. It really does.
Like when I went to the post office, I had like the Royal Mail, like affiliated like news agents. I go in there and I went to the Royal Mail site and I printed out their like template for stuff. And so because that's all there and I typed it all up and it's all fine, I signed it. They just put it in a bag. They just take it. It's like, is this for stuff? Prepaid? Yes. Okay. They just grab it. So it's like, takes like 2 seconds.
I went to the star.
I went to the star.
That's what I was thinking while you were talking. Just now.
I just wasn't listening. I was thinking of that.
Yeah. Turtle. Turtle dreams.
Turtle memes.
Yeah. You know, yeah, I don't. This is damn. What I was just saying right there. I know I said it's really satisfying, but also it's a little bit depressing to say what I just said and think about like, you know, I could stand to spend more time actually drawing, couldn't I?
I mean, you like what you like.
I think,
if you enjoy that process, that's not a problem. It's just that's just how it is.
Yeah, I do to a degree. I mean, you know, I don't know. I feel like most artists probably spend more time on their actual craft and find, you know, I don't know. I feel like a real artist. I'm just gonna say I'm not a real artist. I'm a fucking fake. I'm a fraud. I'm a phony. A real artist has like a publisher to like do all that stuff for them because they don't want to think about that.
I would say you're an artist. You're just not on that Sigma grind set. You're not gristling in the grind.
I'm not on that Sigma grind set. I'm off the grind set, and
I mean, me neither. So honestly, I'm not like drawing as much as I really should be if I want to be like throwing enough stuff at the wall to make something stick. Because I also despite like the idea of like self-publishing and Amazon and stuff, it would also be nice if I could go to a publisher and say, "Here's my thing. What do you think? Can you do it? Can you put it in your publication?"
Yeah. Oh, you know that, I wanted to raise this issue with you, and I guess there's no reason not to just talk about it on the podcast. About the Perfect Comic Party, I mean, I think we said that the first issue is just going to be you and me, but after that we're gonna make a call for submissions for like other people to submit stuff. Yeah. Right? Well, I was thinking, I think we need to hammer out and elaborate a rights agreement for that. Like what publication rights are we being granted by someone that submits and allows their stuff to be printed? Okay, for instance, like what if we eventually decide that we want to like print physical copies of the Perfect Comic Party?
Yeah. See, this is what I want to avoid.
Right.
I
have some
like if we were to do that, we would have to do all of that stuff to make it like sail smoothly and all that. I was just thinking like, I don't want it to get big. I don't want to make a whole like thing about it because then you have to do all that stuff.
Fuck you! What's the point of doing it if it's not going to get big? I want this to blow up. I want this to change the face.
No, you're right. You're right. I just don't like all of that stuff.
Well, here, I don't know if we are going to need to like draft a contract per se. We might need to. Maybe we need to write out some copy and have people just be like, check a box or something. I'll look into it. But here's what I think would be a reasonable agreement. I think that the agreement would be if we publish your thing in the Perfect Comic Party, we don't take any like of your rights away. Like it's still your content. You own the comic, and you're allowed to publish it in whatever other places you choose.
Sure.
But, by giving us this thing to publish in the Perfect Comic Party, you do, you give us the right to, it's forever a part of this issue of the Perfect Comic Party, and we do have the right to print that issue. We can reprint that issue, including the comic that you gave to us for it. And I feel like that's fair.
Yes.
We can you give it to us, we can print it in this collection, and we have the right to reprint this collection. But you still have the right to print your stuff.
Right.
You retain all the rights to your stuff, and you can print it elsewhere as well. It's not it's not an exclusive agreement.
So you say print like this is going to be physical.
Well, I'm not. I don't know.
In the option that it is physical, money needs to go into production of it. So we would sell it, and then is there like an agreement that they get a cut somehow for that issue?
I don't know. I was kind of thinking no.
So it's a risk. It's your capital. There's a hypothetical capital that you may not get if you pledge to if you put your comic forward for the Perfect Comic Party.
Yeah, I mean we don't have any active plans to do that at the moment. But I mean, I don't know. What if it's enough of a success that we do maybe a dozen of them, and then we want to print a collected volume of them, right? Maybe we could print a collected volume that is maybe 100 or so pages of stuff, 200 pages. I don't know. It's something we could do, and I would hate to be like a year down the line. I would hate to be like, hey, this Perfect Comic Party thing's going pretty well. We should print it as physical copies. Oh no, we didn't even think about that. We didn't have any agreement with our artists about do we have the right to print your submissions?
Yeah, it's sensible to get contracts even if nothing's going to come of it, I guess.
I think it's a reasonable stipulation to be like, hey, if you give us your comic and you want us to put it in our publication, okay, we'll do that. And you're not handing over any rights of yours, but you do give us the right to print this stuff. To
print and profit from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, right.
I don't know how these things work normally, so it sounds okay, I guess, as long as they know that that's what it is, and they sign it, and they say, yes, I would like that, I don't mind.
I don't think it's unfair, because, if we were to do it print, we're responsible for doing all the printing, and we're the ones, and I mean, it's not like it's sold under the pretense that it's our content. It's still your content. You'll be fully credited for it and all that. I don't know. I'm not trying to say I mean, the way that it is now, there's no real money on the table for anyone. You're being paid an exposure, and so are we, because we're not selling it. And if we were to print it later, I don't know, it would be sort of a separate thing that is we're printing. I don't know.
I know
the
what
money
you
is
say.
hypothetical.
The Perfect Comic Party is as a collection. It's more than simply the comics in a line. It will have other stuff to it, I guess.
Right.
I don't know how much stuff. It's not it's going to be articles and stuff necessarily.
Yeah.
But it might be, but it's not exactly the same as the comics individually.
Yeah, exactly. It's a periodical that features submissions. I guess it's basically I think that any potential money from sales is at this point hypothetical, is probably not a huge amount, even if it were to ever materialize. And furthermore, I just think it's impractical. Here's the thing. It's impractical to the point that I think it would stop us from doing it if we had to maintain some sort of like individual agreement with every individual submitter. Like, okay, if we ever sell this copy of the podcast of the comic, you are entitled to, you know, some percentage of the cut of whatever sales are made, and we'll have to calculate that in the future. If we had to do that for every individual submission, I think we would simply be like, it's too much trouble, and we're just not going to do it.
Yes.
So I think we need to stipulate. Listen, if you give us this thing to put in the thing, we might print it in the future, and we might sell it, and it will include the thing you gave it to us, and you're just going to have to be okay with that. And I feel like it's not unfair.
Sure. I think
commenters, let me know what you think about that. If you feel like it.
I think yeah. Very clear contract. I know how contracts usually look. They're so weird and annoying, and you just assume it's fine. You just say yes. I just have like a little explanation. Like, you know, what you just said. And then, yes, no, sign here, please, if you want that.
Right. But I think
that, yes, as long as that's all good.
We'll just have to figure out a way to, like, get, like, an electronic signature or even just a checkbox. Or, you know, it's something in writing to confirm, like, yes, you know, I submit my content under this understanding. I'll have to look into how to do that.
Yeah, I have no idea how.
Yeah, I don't really either.
I suppose that could be something that's on the website, like Perfect Comic Party. You click on that, you see the things, and it'll be like submit your comic, and then a link to the email or something.
Yeah. Under the submission. Ooh, a submissions page.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. A submissions page is a good idea, and on the submissions page there should be
you type in the information, and there would be like a little thing, and then that would create an email to us with the thing signed and your comic.
Yeah, that makes sense. What if someone like submitted someone else's comic? And pretend and impersonated them.
Well, if that was the case, I don't know. How do you verify that the person putting a thing is the person who has the rights to sign the thing, saying that this thing will be the thing? Yeah. I don't know.
I guess if that happened, we would probably have to like issue an apology and then like, you know, retract that content from like any future like reissues of the files. I'm talking about printing at this point, but like we can do all this under the assumption of like we don't have to think about that right now.
Yeah,
we can make all the same. We can have all the same stipulations about like a digital PDF, and it's fine. I'm thinking about the future.
No, it's good. It's good to think about the future.
Empire building. I'm
building my empire. I'm building my give and take empire with the comics on Amazon and the new website, and
that's
potentially like a Fire Emblem video after I finish playing all those games. Get some new viewers.
You really think you might make a video?
I mean, the possibility is there.
That would be. I mean, I ask because, like, do I even dare to hope for such a thing?
Well, I mean, I never stopped the possibility of making that Dark Cloud video. I just have been,
right.
You know, I haven't been playing it.
You mean Dark Cloud 2? Dark
Cloud and Dark Cloud 2. I was gonna play them, and make a lore video about and all of that. But like, and then the Fire Emblem. I mean, initially, it was like. The point of that, playing all those games, is not to make a video, but the fact that I'm playing all of those games and I'm also streaming the video, so I have like an archive of all the footage, means that it's not out of the realm of possibility, not that difficult to put together something if I have something to say by the end, which I probably will. It might just be like a boring, like, ooh, Fire Emblem retrospective. Like I've seen like 1 billion of those. I never click on them because I'm like, I haven't played them yet. But how interesting could they possibly be? I have no idea.
I don't know either. Yeah, I've got a damn. Actually, earlier when we were talking about how your visit was in the summer, not in the winter, like I thought, that made me realize, like, oh, I guess making the Mega Man video didn't take quite as long as maybe it took. That means it didn't take as long as I was thinking it took. That means that just makes me feel like, ooh, I really should have had another video out by now. Like, ooh, I really should be.
you're really taking a potential good thing. Like, oh, that video didn't actually take so long. I was quite quick. No, you took it as an opportunity to feel bad about the fact you haven't made another video.
I mean, I thought it took. I guess it took. I remember it thinking that it took about 5 months, but I mean, I guess including editing took a little over a month. Playing the games took a few months, and then I guess I maybe worked a little bit. Like the script and the setting up the board and all that. It was probably about 5 months. But now, it's been almost 5. It's been about 4 months. It's been almost 4 months since that video came out, and I have not. Yeah.
No way. It's been
it's been
4 months.
About 3.5. Yeah, that video came out on November 20th.
What?
I know. It's really bad. It's really bad, and I have really not really.
What even was I? Oh, I know what I was doing. I was being depressed in January. That's all.
Lol. Lamau. I
got my shit together though. My shit is now together. So
epic.
No
epic.
More of that.
The hydraulic shit compressor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it's called. But right, that just makes me think, ooh, I should be further along in the process of my next video. Ooh, I should be cringing a little bit that I haven't gotten more done. But on the upside, that makes me think, well, maybe the next one won't take that long. Maybe I can get the next one done in only a month if I put my mind to it.
You are playing the Battle Network games, which are much longer to play.
That's true, and that's for like a future. That's me working towards an even further in the future, like my next lecture. That's like maybe 2 videos down the line. So I mean, I am putting in work towards that, but that's not going to pay off immediately. What I really need is another video out like in the next not that long. Just so that people that like pledged to my Patreon after the first one know, like, okay, no, Ben is still making more videos. He's not like, he didn't just make the one and then he quit the internet and my money is going to nothing. So, you know, I gotta get on that, but I told myself I would
gotta get on that, but
after I'll get on that after we get the first Perfect Comic Party done, get that published. And then I'd start the Slime and Punishment Kickstarter. And then when that Kickstarter is underway, then I'll be like, okay, well now that can go in the background. And now's the time when, like, all right, let's actually get down to brass tacks about my next video.
Yeah.
Which I think I have decided is probably going to be a history of the PCP. Lamau, lol. Okay.
Lamau.
Well, I guess that's all I really have to say about anything.
Yeah.
My heater is like blowing directly on me. Turn that points the other way.
Yeah, I've got a similar, like Clarissa Gunsmoke Chapter 5, I haven't been drawing because of website and Amazon stuff.
Right.
And Perfect Comic Party. It was like, after Chapter 4 was finished, I was like, that was a good bunch of progress, but then there's all these little bits of things that need to get done, and they all sort of are holding each other up. Not exactly holding each other up, but like, all of them are important, and all of them need my attention.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't really spend like all day drawing. I've got to figure this stuff out instead.
I hear you.
But soon I'll be back to getting that stuff done. That'll be fun.
I mean, I really let myself get get thrown off this past week with all the various things that made me a rage about the Radcon funds and things. So that didn't really help. Didn't really help anything. But you know, that too will be over. That too will be a thing of the past soon. One hopes. I was about to say that like I have had to deal with that. The truth is I didn't have to deal with that. The truth is I could have simply ignored it. Which everyone else does or has been doing. And honestly, at the time, I'm like, why is everyone else ignoring this? Nobody else cares. I'm the only one that cares. Everyone hates me. Everyone's against me and my enemy. And you know, in hindsight, I'm like, I should also. It's better just not worry about it, actually. Everyone else knows that, and I am the only one that doesn't.
It was a little distracting for me when it was all blowing up and you were all getting mad at people for not saying anything. I'm like, but I don't know. Like, the receipts will come when they come. I mean, I'm trying to do stuff.
That's true. Yep, that's true. Yep. Well, I've made a nuisance of myself. And anyway, the next topic is
next topic. Oh,
nothing. Actually, that's everything.
I just want to shout out Prince Isolation. Prince Isolation was in my stream chat, and they mentioned they were doing an alley-oop comic.
Oh,
an alley-oop from Endless War, little adventure she's going on, and I read it, and it was really good. I hope they post it. Somewhere other than their Discord.
I haven't seen that. The person that did the Endless War alley-oop comic messaged me and asked about like putting the alley-oop comic in the Perfect Comic Party, and I told them definitely submit it. We just haven't worked out like what the submission process is going to be yet. But like when we have it, like yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I get freaking the alley-oop like guest art like side stories. I guess
I gotta bring Bell Jape back. I was thinking of
was that your alley-oop was from Bale Jape, right? Yeah, I forgot.
What did you think?
Well, I just thought
she's just one of my characters.
Wait a minute. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Canon Story. She was not in Canon Story. She was from Bale Jape, which is the pumped one.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was mixing the two up. No, yeah. She's from the pumped Bale Jape. Okay.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh yeah, Bale Jape. Bale Jape 2, I've had ideas of where it could go, because they're floating on lava. Spoilers, they're floating on lava.
Right.
And I've had many different ideas of where they could float to, or what they could have happen in the larger world, like, ooh, when's this take place on the timeline? And I feel like, originally, Bale Jape was just a bunch of bullshit, and I was just making it up. And I think I should not focus so much on, like, pre-planning something like Bale Jape 2. I should just get into it when I've finished with Clarissa. I think I should draw. I think I should just hop on, maybe on a stream like I did before.
Is that how you did Bale Jape 1?
Yeah, I was on YouTube streaming. Yeah. And I was like, what if I just made a comic? You know, I made Canon Story on YouTube, and a few like commenters, chatters were like, oh, do this, do that. I was like, okay, there's only like 3 people there, but like, it was enough to get me to think about what happens next. And I was like, okay, let's do the same thing, but this time, let's do color. Let's do a little more effort. And that turned into something really fun and good, and everyone likes it. So like,
yeah,
well, I don't need to change it. Bale Jape 2 is going to be like Bale Jape.
Maybe I could maybe that's I'd have to stream more, but like maybe I could do that with Beastcapades, draw it on stream, and maybe
people have mentioned that. I saw people mentioning that in your Mega Man stream, that you should stream. Well, actually, I can't remember. It was somewhere.
Maybe I don't remember, but maybe somebody said that. Yeah, I mean, Because, like, I think I mentioned that if we're putting it in the magazine or whatever, then that sort of takes away the, like, panel by panel, what do you call it, user suggestion element to a certain degree. But maybe a replacement for that would be, I draw it live on stream and people can weigh in on it and be like, I'll do this, do that. Mm-hmm. And it's sort of a different kind of, damn. But I hate Twitch, though. Oh, but I hate being on stream. But makes a lot of sense. Maybe I'll think about that. Because, it would be a little... I was thinking it would feel weird to be, like, drawing it just, like... Yeah, kind of the whole idea of it was, like, that it would be user-submitted, suggestions. So maybe that's the way I could recapture that, even though it's changing the format up a little bit.
Just realizing that my process for Belljape, I'll have to go. I kind of want to go back and check. I think I unlisted all of those, but I think I didn't know what the text was. I think I drew the image or made the GIF, and I had the idea in my head, like, oh, Pump do this, Pump do that. But then afterwards, I would put it on the website and then come up with something funny to write underneath. That's a pretty good system, I think. I'm commenting on something, but I'd have to do it like pretty soon after I write, after I draw it.
If that's how the first one got made, then why not do it again? Why not do it the same? Follow more or less the same strategy.
Everyone likes the same stuff.
That's right. Or the same methodology. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it worked the first time.
Imagine if Andrew Hussey
what isn't broken
finished Homestuck and then tried to make Homestuck again. But this time with green aliens that weren't trolls or cherubs.
He probably would not do that because, like, Homestuck worked once, but you kind of can't do it again.
Well, the same setting.
Yeah.
Just sort of like funny little cartoon comic about somebody doing some wacky shit in a little place.
Well, and
then it grows in scope. Oh, it's a perfect formula. You can't go wrong.
Did you read Cyclonials? You did read Cyclonials.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't tell if you're serious. Like, he should have just done that.
I mean, I think I would have enjoyed reading whatever he did in a comic style, in a Homestuck Problem Sleuth comic style, just because I like the way he comes up with the comedy with all the little bits.
Yeah.
And with Homestuck was a lot of the funny dialogue and heartfelt character stuff, but Problem Sleuth was like meat and potatoes, sort of, what if there was a comic and it was like this? It's like, I love that. More, please. But there was no more.
So you're saying that you think he should have gone back and made another Problem Sleuth rather than another Homestuck?
Yeah, you don't need to do everything the same. Because, like, the way Act 6 sort of deviated into teen melodrama a little too hard and a little too verbose and, like, overly big text all the time, so much text, and it just really wasn't that useful. It really wasn't that interesting.
SpongeBob yelling at the burger meme, "You forgot the funny!" Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think I've said many times that, like, pound for pound, I do have to say Problem Sleuth is a better work because it wastes less of your fucking time.
It just introduces concepts and then just takes them to their logical extreme in a big finale, which is completely insane compared to what it starts as.
The finale wraps it all up so cleanly. It's like so many like things introduced earlier. It all comes full circle and they come back and the scope gets bigger and bigger and bigger and then it all comes together in the end. Remarkably clean. In a way that Homestuck did not manage, I'm sorry to say. But yeah. I liked Cyclonials. It was definitely not that. Yeah, it was I liked it. It was I thought the ending was a bit dumb, but
Basically, what I'm
moment to-
saying is the
moment to
Belljape
moment, I thought it was enjoyable.
Belljape
Yeah.
is Problem Sleuth, and I'm doing Problem Sleuth now. I'm the one who does it.
Belljape is Problem Sleuth, and Clarissa is Holmes.
Is Whistles the Clown.
Right? Yeah. Oh, what if Andrew Hussey made another Whistles? What if he continued Whistles?
That'd be pretty good.
That would be amazing. That would actually be.
That would
His
require
art-
him
his-
to like sit down.
art
and
is
do
really
something,
good.
though.
Yeah, true. I mean, his comics were really good. Like the art in Whistles is like really nice.
Yep.
So I think a lot of people would probably really appreciate that. I mean, a lot of his core fans would probably be like, "Oh my god, Whistles 3." That kind of
Whistles
seems
is
like a
free.
that kind of seems like a Hussey thing to do. Actually, is just surprise everyone by just picking up an old idea that everyone thought was completely abandoned and being like, "Yeah, I fully committed to it and I finished it," while no one was looking.
He says he'll be coy about like I'm coming back to a thing, and everyone will think it'll be Whistles, but then it's Bard Quest.
Yeah,
He'll fully finish Bard Quest, and everyone will be like, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. Thanks. I appreciate it.
That would be the Hussey thing to do.
I was really wondering what the Bard was gonna do next. Now I know. Yeah.
He's gonna level up.
I'll take what I can get.
Fun fact: this is obvious, but like I don't know if people even think about it. Belljape sounds like jailbreak.
True.
And that's why it's like that.
I know that. I was aware of that.
All the people whose minds blown, say so in the comments. Say that your mind was blown if it was.
All right. You finished typing? All right, you finished typing down there? All right. Thank you.
The only other thing I did this week was I made bombed hams, a steamed hams meme.
Yeah. I saw that.
I don't know what, I think it was just sort of like, it was in the thralls of all of the bullshit, and I just needed something to distract me.
Right.
And I thought of the funniest idea, and I don't know why this like made me like buckle over, like on the floor, like I lost all of the breath when I made a steamed hams, but it was lamp oil, rope, and bombs were the things being discussed.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like,
it's so basic.
This doesn't really this doesn't really track.
Steamed lamp oil. It killed me. I don't know why. Even just thinking about it.
You just love lamp oil and rope and bombs. Just admit that you just like those things.
I don't need to admit it. I say that all the time.
Right.
It's not a secret.
Okay, good.
I think something about it. It's a very basic idea. It's like the default bread, but I haven't seen it before. And something about it being such a basic idea, taking two memes and putting them together, but like not in a smart way, not and it's not an effort shitpost, you know? It's truly the laziest little joke. It just completely destroys me. Especially the super bit crushed, from like 14 years ago. I downloaded the lamp oil, rope, and bombs line. Like the original upload, and it's like 240p, 144p sound quality. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with lamp oil.
You can't, and you didn't. And I watched the video, and I just kind of like had my fingers steepled in front of me, and I'm just nodding like, yep, yep, lamp oil, rope, bombs, got it.
I think as well the fact that it's not that funny to other people makes it funnier.
It took a while. And it took a while for like the lamp oil, rope, and bombs to even come. So it was like the first minute, I'm just kind of like, when's the joke?
Like the first time he is like, but what if were to purchase bombs. And that's the first time it happens.
Yeah.
And then it's just normal for so long, and then he says, "Oh, that's the steamed rope." It's just it takes such a long time for the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no, I you're making me. I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the thought of how much you enjoyed making it.
I know. I think I enjoyed the fact that I enjoyed making it, which makes it funnier. It's like multiplicative.
Right.
I think I peaked the mic a couple times there. That's not so good.
That's good. That's fine. Lamau. Well,
that I needed that one. That's what I needed in my life.
How's RuneScape?
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
RuneScape's going great. I have gotten I've been mining coal and adamantite ore in just casually while I rewatch On Cinema at the Cinema again. Love that series. I talked about that before. I said it's one of the potential lecture subjects that I could have talked about.
Oh wait, what was it?
On Cinema at the Cinema.
Oh god, I've been meaning to watch that for years.
Yeah, it's the Tim Heidecker like fake movie review show turned into drama, like real drama, like big joke. It's fun. There's not a good explanation of what it is, but
I know that it involves like they had characters and they would tweet in character.
Tim Heidecker and Greg Turkington, using their real names, play two movie reviewers who are both have terrible taste in movies. One of them is a pretentious snob about how much, despite not knowing that much, and the other one is an arrogant egomaniac who thinks that he deserves everything in the world for his shitty show that's terrible. And they hate each other, but they need each other, and they just continually make this show. And they have the highlights are the Oscar specials where they do a live stream every Oscars. I guess they'll be doing one this year, but it might be behind a paywall. I think they've paywalled stuff. At a certain point, they stopped posting publicly. You got to subscribe to a thing to see new episodes. And I'm like, whatever. I can't be bothered for that. But the On Cinema live Oscar specials, where the Oscars is happening, and they live stream a movie show, discussing the Oscars and who's gonna win, and it's just a big farce. It's an opportunity for Tim to get drunk or fake drunk. He does drink actual booze, I think, but he's faking being a real a abusive guy who shouts at people and throws stuff and trashes the place, and it's just great. It's just really fun. And it's really fun, especially during the live broadcasts, because you can notice moments where the characters break and they can't stop laughing. They really try to hold it in. They never completely break, but there's moments where Tim or Greg they try and stifle a laugh because it's so absurd what's happening.
A friend of mine was telling me about it, and he said that there's a timeline somewhere that
there's a where was it?
Yeah. It includes their because it includes out of show stuff, their tweets and stuff that are kind of part of it. And I don't know what else is involved, but it's
yeah, that started as a little podcast. I think it was a podcast of a basic idea of what if two guys have a really half-assed movie review show where they don't have anything to say at all, and they would record it on their phone whenever they were together, just as a little bit, and then people liked it, so they continued it until it became a show. God, how many seasons? Season 9? The Trial, Season 10, Season 11? That only goes to 2019, this timeline. I know I know
Does it
they've
keep
done.
going after that?
I'm pretty sure they've done more. I guess I'll. That's an outdated timeline. But yeah, after season 11, they sort of had their own website where they would post episodes and stuff. And so I guess because Adult Swim was not backing it as much, they couldn't really keep doing the stuff unless they had the money. So fan funded from that point, I guess. But they do it in universe where Tim is like a grifter, like an Alex Jones type, like trying to get your money,
selling brain pills,
all that sort of stuff. He plays all those sorts of like nasty people roles, and it's fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I've been doing.
It sounds really cool, and I've been meaning to watch it. People told me about it years ago, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds really cool. That sounds really interesting. Oh, what an avant-garde work of postmodern deconstruction of social media."
Let me just get you the where is it? Can I share the playlist?
What a deconstruction of the way that the modern media is disseminated to popular culture.
All right, this is
on cinema. Decker, and Decker.
Decker is like a James Bond, like Tim Heidecker is James Bond kind of guy. Well, not James Bond. He would hate that.
These are so short. They're like 2 minutes long.
These are the podcasts at the beginning. You can scroll down to the first episode. You might want to start with those. This is just the playlist that has everything in it. And on Cinema Season 1, Episode 101. The first few seem to be out of order.
These podcasts are 2 minutes. Why not listen to them as well?
There's like 50 of them, but yeah, you could listen to them, get an idea of it.
Yeah.
I recommend
assume these are in. I assume these are
investment.
I assume these are in chronological order.
Yeah. There's a few that look like they're out of chronological order, but they are not. I double checked.
Okay.
Something about the titling was wrong, but yeah.
Right. This is good. Thanks for the link. I'll probably watch this. Or
yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, hang on. Some of these are dated that they're 7 years ago, but maybe they were like posted 7 years ago, but they're actually older than that.
They are a bit older than that.
Okay.
I think the show started in like 2012.
Yeah.
And the podcast was before that. So the podcast was not uploaded to YouTube till later. It was an iTunes podcast. Little iTunes show.
Gotcha.
Okay. But yeah, I've been
check this out.
I've been watching this while I play RuneScape. I have now 2,759 adamantite ore, which is what I need for my fletching challenge. So I no longer need Addy. And now I just need 160,000 more coal. I'm just gonna mine some coal for a long time. Oh, and I've hit level 92 mining. That's a big milestone. Apparently,
because of max?
No, max is 99, but because of the way... Excuse me. Because of the way that the experience, like, escalates. What's the word? Over time.
Yeah.
It's
the progression or
exponential. It's an exponential curve.
Yeah.
The halfway point from level 1 to 99 is level 92, apparently.
I see. Yeah.
So I'm halfway there.
Gotcha.
I think I will get beyond the experience for 99 getting all of this coal.
Are the benefits also like exponential? Like is it a significantly big jump from like level 92 to level 93? Like in terms of what it actually gives you?
Not really. There's on the wiki there's a little graph that shows you the percentage chance to mine a particular rock every game tick at specific mining levels. And for the more difficult to mine things, even at level 99, it only gets as high as like 20%. But for some things, you can get to like 100%. Like iron ore at a certain point is 100%. Like every game tick you click on it, you instantly get it. So it's really not that useful to get to level 99 for most people, other than like bragging rights and for the few occasional very, very high skill requirement things. So it's not so much you're good at mining, it's that you can physically mine certain things that other people can't. Like amethyst. I can mine amethyst now, but I'm not a member.
But it doesn't make you better at mining the things you could already mine.
It does, but just not that much.
I see. Okay.
So like getting from level 91 to 92 is like one percentage chance increase for like coal.
Right. But it takes like 10 times as much experience to get that extra 1%. Yeah.
It's not like a thing you need to do. Mm-hmm. That's why RuneScape is stupid, but I love it.
Sure.
It's so pointless.
I think the best games are a little bit like fucked up in how they work.
Yeah.
If everything is like perfectly balanced and perfect, it's like the game's like you can't make a game like that that's not like kind of boring. Like like a system that's totally even chess, who goes first, white or black, it's not perfectly balanced. That's probably not actually true, but a lot of the time, a game being unbalanced or like weird.
It's not so much that it's unbalanced, it's just that the time sink and the way you get the experience in old school RuneScape was just so tedious that most people wouldn't bother, which kind of made it so much more prestigious of a thing to get to the maximum skill. Yeah, because you have to be kind of insane to bother.
Yeah, I feel ya. So it's like, like no normal person is gonna go for 99.
Yeah, and even beyond that, there's loads of people on YouTube who do like extreme challenge runs of like many different types, to like handcuff themselves in like ridiculous fashions. Have I talked about Settled before? I think I have. I mentioned his like Mauritania locked.
Oh yeah, you've mentioned him.
Yeah, but there's other ones where like there's like a lot of people who like stick to a chunk and they have to perform some sort of action within that chunk, or every action possible within that chunk before they can unlock a different chunk. And a chunk is just sort of a loaded like grid square of like a bunch of like some distance. Like in Minecraft they have chunks.
You mean blocks?
Not blocks, but like like
biome chunks?
Chunks that are like loaded in. So like if you are in one chunk, it sort of loads one chunk at a time. So if you walk towards something, the whole chunk will load at once. It's just an area of 250 something squared grid on the ground.
Gotcha.
But anyway, you have like accounts that are built to be stuck in a particular chunk and have to try and figure out how to either gain enough experience doing the like really inefficient methods of gaining experience that exist in that chunk to achieve some kind of goal for themselves. Mm-hmm. Like people take RuneScape, an already tedious game, and make it far more tedious, and they love it, and I love watching it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're there for the tedium, if you're there to grind,
it's the grindiest game there ever was.
The Sigma grind set. No, it's something higher. The
Ligma grind set.
The Ligma grind set. There you go. That's when you're such a hustler that you grind just for the sake of grinding. You're not even getting anything out of it. You're not even making any money. You're not winning anything. The true grind is just for the sake of the grind. You love toil. Yes, you love toil so much.
We're all house elves over here. We just love it. We love being enslaved and toiling forever. It's what we want.
Please don't give me the sock.
Don't give me the sock, or I'll give you the cock.
You read Harry Potter, right?
Yeah. It's a little bit of a cultural juggernaut when I was the perfect age to be reading it.
Yeah. I read
It was the first book I read, actually. It was the first book I could read by myself without parents. Is the first Harry Potter book.
I was reading Animorphs. I was reading Animorphs before Harry Potter. I think yeah. But I read Gita Jackson's review of the Hogwarts Legacy, and they said, of course I read the damn books. Everybody read the damn books. That was my age at that time. And their review on Polygon was really good. I liked it. I watched Yahtzee's. I watched a zero punctuation for the first time in a long time. I watched Yahtzee's review of Hogwarts Legacies.
Yeah.
Also, the long story short, the game is everybody seems to agree on the things that are not that good about the game, and it's just that it just kind of feels like a very sort of like flat and not really that deep or immersive. It's an open world, but it's all just kind of like, I don't know. People seem to think it's not that magical. It's all just kind of by the numbers. And, very what did they say? Gita said, like, like in the context, like they tried to make Legacy as unrowling as possible. They tried to divorce it as much as they could from, like, they put a trans character in there. They made
I heard,
they gave it a bunch.
I saw the trans character and I thought it was like, I don't know.
Well,
like, what was the name of the trans character? Was like something,
they had some
male sounding name. I thought it was like a joke, like a mean spirited sort of joke. Like, we'll give you a trans character like that. It didn't feel right, but I didn't care.
Well, I'm not
either
sure.
way.
I'm not really sure what the mindset was there, but I don't know. Gita said that it felt like they tried to divorce it from that, and they tried to make it more inclusive. They put more, they put more like people of color. They put more like I think there's like Indians, or there's like people from Africa and stuff, in there, and it's like, okay, cool, I guess. But it kind of just serves to remind you that the books aren't like this. Like it's actually kind of weird that the game is like so much more like diverse and inclusive when it's set in like 1885, and then you read the books that are set in like the 90s or whatever, and it's like, where did all the minorities go? It just makes you wonder, like, what happened.
There were minorities in the books.
There's a handful
like
of them.
There's a Patel sisters and something.
There's the
Cho
Patel
Chang.
sisters. There's right. Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get when you get Cho Chang. There's like, okay, there's like two black kids. There's the one who is like the Gryffindor announcer kid. I forget his name.
Tom Bombadil.
No, he has an Irish name.
Sean Finnegan. I thought that was the white boy in the film.
No, that's not Seamus.
Oh, Seamus. Yeah.
There's Seamus Finnegan, but that's not who I'm thinking of. People of color feature in Harry Potter. He's a Gryffindor kid, and in the movies
I thought it was Thomas something, or like Derek.
Dean Thomas. Yes.
Yes.
See, I didn't even realize he was black reading in the books, but like he might have been. Like, fair enough. There's a Slytherin kid named Blaise Zabini who is mentioned completely offhand like once, and then in like book 6 he has like one interaction with Harry. There's Cho Chang, there's the Patel sisters, there's it's Lee Jordan. No, wait, hang on. Okay, Lee Jordan and Dean Thomas are both black in the movies, and I think maybe only one of them is mentioned to be black in the books, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Something like that. Right, but it's literally like a handful of characters.
Did I mention there was...
and of course, and who could forget Kingsley Shacklebolt?
Yes.
The weirdest fucking name. Yeah. And then in the movie they give him that They give him that hat. I don't know. Something weird about Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Yep.
But he's a badass. But he's kind of a bad.
He looks cool in the film.
He's a. I don't know. I think his fucking stupid hat looks dumb. It's probably insensitive of me. But isn't
that like a traditional African sort of garb?
Yep. Yeah, probably. Well, that's weird though. Isn't that weird that they made the one black adult? They gave him this like They gave him like a freaking African. It's like they put him in that that orange like patterned fabric that all the freaking Democratic senators wore when they knelt on the Senate floor that one time during the BLM thing.
I don't know what that is at all.
Hang on. Senators kneeling African cloth. Here we go. Found it. First result.
Senators kneeling.
The kente cloth. The kente cloth. And I don't know what it is. I just know it's an African thing.
I mean, African clothing is like very colorful and cool.
Sure.
Oh no.
It's just a bit, I don't know, it's just a bit weird that there's one black adult and there's one named black adult and they gave him this like traditional African garb. Like, why isn't he just dressed like a wizard?
Maybe
nobody else wears that hat.
Maybe he's from Africa and they have different wizard clothes.
Maybe he is. I mean, whatever.
I never thought anything of the way he looked. But
it's fine. Blaze Zabini doesn't wear a hat, so it's okay, I guess. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know if I mentioned on the podcast before, but I remember reading that, J.K. Rowling, in one of her many moments, I forget which moment, she was just doing some stuff and just getting controversy and stuff. Could have just been general. But the people, the actors of Harry Potter, they were like, yeah, we don't like what J.K. Rowling is saying, but the ones that defended her saying, this is outrageous. You can't attack a woman for being a woman or whatever the fuck they said.
Right.
They're just defending her. I don't even think they knew too much, but like, it was funny to me. It was amusing that there was the actors for Bellatrix Lestrange and Lord Voldemort. Those are the only ones.
Oh, no.
The villains.
I think Luna Lovegood, too.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. I think I saw Luna Lovegood saying, hey, she's just defending women's spaces. She's just speaking up for the right of women to have male-free spaces. What do you want them to be raped? Stop it.
Yes.
Leave her alone. Yes. Do it.
It's just so tiring.
I love sexual assault. As a leftist, as a radical leftist, I do love sexual assault.
Clip that, everybody. But yeah, that's been playing the Fire Emblem and playing the RuneScape. Oh, and I've continued watching Utena, which is good, and also Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm just watching that every so often now. Just put on an episode of Star Trek. Yeah, the good old that. I never watched the entire show before. I've seen like bits on TV. So I'm like, fuck it.
Same.
I like filling. I like filling the hours with good stuff instead of crap.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of episodes that I used to just catch one here and there on TV sometimes. I think I've mentioned that like when I was a little kid and I would see it was The Next Generation usually. I would sometimes catch the show when I stayed up late, and I would be like, when are they going to get like where they're going? Like, is there an episode later where like we made it. Yeah, we got to Earth, or we got to. I mean, I guess in Voyager they are literally like trying to get back to Earth. Or no, Deep Space Nine is that one of them is like that.
The Enterprise. I think it's just called the Enterprise. I don't know Star Trek. I've never watched Star Trek. But the first episode, they're just going. They're leaving Earth, and they have like Q appears, and he's like, "Huh, humans, you suck. And they're like, Picard's like, no.
Wait, they're leaving Earth in the first episode?
They're leaving Earth and they're going to go out to explore and see stuff. That's the idea. And Q is there saying, humans are so warlike and monstrous. I'm here to stop you. I'm here to tell you to go back or perish. And then Picard convinces him with a speech that actually humans have evolved beyond the war from the past.
Mm-hmm.
And we're good now. We're Star Trek. And everyone says, Star Trek. And then Q is like,
Q, you will not stand between us and our trek through the stars, our Star Trek. And everyone said, oh my God, he said it. And Q said, that would be
okay,
a
Picard,
name.
but I'll be keeping an eye on you, little boy. And then he disappeared. And that's the first episode. And so the idea is, beyond that, I guess they're just going out into the world as an exploratory, just seeing what's going on.
He says at the beginning of every episode, seek out new
Captain's
life
log.
and new,
seek out
frontiers.
New life yeah. Classic. That space is so big, you guys. What's in there?
I really should have paid attention, and maybe I wouldn't have had that expectation then. But
that's the first episode.
I think it's like most episodes start with, or maybe they end with that narration. He says that a lot.
I think it does start that with before like the song comes in.
It's either it's either Deep Space Nine or Voyager that like the premise of the show is like there's a warp malfunction and they end up stranded somewhere like far from the Federation, and it's like the show is about like them trying to survive on their way back.
Yeah, I thought Deep Space Nine was like a space station rather than a ship.
Oh, I think that's
so they deal with the comings and goings of different people.
Yeah,
but they are stationary, generally speaking.
It's probably Voyager. That's we have to get back to the future.
So there's the Star Trek, then there's the Next Generation, meaning we're doing Star Trek again.
I think original Star Trek is just we're just going out to find stuff.
Yeah. I'm thinking of the subtitle. So like, so Star Trek and then Star Trek: The Next Generation, aka Star Trek, but we did it a second time as different people.
Smarter this time.
Then Star Trek: Deep Space Nine was next, which takes place on a deep space, the 9th one.
Sounds
and
right.
then Star Trek Voyagers were voyaging. Star Trek... Was that it? There was another one, wasn't there?
I mean, I think...
Star Trek Expedition. Star Trek Travel Agency.
Hang on. I mean, I know there's like later ones. Like there's that animated one, and I think there's one...
Well, I'm thinking of the before it got reinvigorated with like J.J. Abrams movies and stuff.
Wait a fucking second. There was an animated series between the original series and Next Generation?
What?
What the fuck? Yeah, I'm looking
animated in what way? What do they look like? Is it like Thundercats? Is it like He-Man?
Kinda, yeah. It looks like this. You know, I've seen these drawings before.
Wait, yeah, I've seen the one where it's like Spock.
He's like putting his hand over his face,
Kirk,
like
he's like hand over his face, like
yeah,
my.
Okay, well I forgot about that. There's the original series, the animated series, the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager,
Enterprise.
I
remembered it just as you were saying.
What happens? Okay, there's Enterprise, and then like 13 years later they made Discovery, and I think
Discovery
that's kind of
when the new one.
What is Enterprise?
I don't know. I've just heard of it. I only know Star Trek through Mike Stacklasa and Rich Evans, and they've talked about all the shows a little bit.
Follows the adventure of the first crew of the Starship Enterprise. Who's the captain? Is it Archer? Jonathan Archer?
Jonathan Archer. Yeah, it was a guy. Voyager was a lady.
I've like literally never seen this guy before. Played by Scott Bakula. Okay.
More like
Voyager is Janeway.
Janeway,
and I think the people's impression of Janeway is that she's sort of like she's sort of a loose cannon. Like, she sort of like breaks protocol just when she feels like it. That's what I've heard people say about her, is that she's kind of a renegade in a way that like you know, freaking Picard would be like, he would like, you know, he would call a freaking council and be like, let's have a vote on like what the Federation would want us to do in this situation, and Janeway will just be like, damn the Prime Directive, we're all gonna die, get out, fire the torpedoes. I might be completely
shoot
wrong.
Everybody you see. Don't wait for my command.
I might don't even wait for my command. I might be wrong about that. That's just what I feel like I've picked up through the grapevine. Yeah.
But yeah,
don't
I'm
know
enjoying
anything about Enterprise.
I really, really like. Every time I see The Next Generation, I'm like, that is the coziest place I've ever seen. That set.
Yeah.
Like
Truly.
the fact that the new shows are so dark, I'm like, yeah, but like life is dark. Turn the lights on. I want to see that well lit, soft lighting, carpeted space adventure. It's the sort of thing I can curl up with a mug of cocoa and watch.
Those say what you want about Star Trek: The Next Generation, but those sets, well lit, very professionally lit. It's lit, all right. Oh, it's lit. I can see every detail of that blinking control panel. It's funny how they have the same sets and the same hallways, and you can, and it's funny that like you can identify like what part of the ship they're in if you know what to look for, because they have all the same sets, and all the sets are like there's specific like parts of the ship. So they'll pass through like the same hallway on the way to get to the same like elevator and like the way to the bridge and stuff.
Yeah,
like they.
I mean, I've only 2 episodes in so far.
Oh yeah. Oh right. But I mean,
I've just
seen
I've seen bits. Seen bits.
Yeah.
I've just not watched the show in its fullness, and it's like
I've seen a map, and I've seen somewhere I saw an image that showed like, oh yeah, if you look at the map, like when they're in this hallway, like it's here in the interior map of the ship or whatever. And,
but they don't have them all connected. Those sets aren't connected in that exact way, because like how do they move the cameras around? Are they disconnected?
Well,
but, like,
Gib, that's
to...
that's the magic of television. You know, you don't actually have to build the ship and like actually travel through.
I know
the
that,
ship.
but like,
right.
like it's I guess extra attention to detail that they would know what hallway to use, what set to use for a generic walking shot.
There's probably bits. I bet some nerd on some forum in like the year 1992 wrote like a big thing about like, in this scene, they actually walk through the maintenance bay before they get to the bridge, but like the maintenance bay is actually on the other side from the pleasure quarters, so you know they wouldn't have had to walk through that room in this case.
Wow, the pleasure quarters?
No, what I mean, the holodeck. The holodeck is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Have you seen? You ever watch? The Real Gems, like Simpsons Mysteries?
Yes, I love those videos.
Have you seen the one about the rumpus room?
Yes, I do. It's the one that Homer is sitting in a beanbag chair.
Yeah.
During the episode where they're all fighting over the comic book, and he looks out the window.
Yeah, I think so.
When the lightning flashes, and he's like, "Oh, they're fine." Like that's a little 1 moment gag, and then that room just most of the time just doesn't exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Sometimes it's referenced. Most of the time it doesn't exist. When it does exist, its location is kind of inconsistent, and sometimes the house exterior is shown in a way where like there probably should be a window that would look out from the rumpus room, but there is no window there. But like, you know, in The Simpsons, they do have a general house layout where like you understand how like the kitchen and the front hall and the stairway up to the bedrooms and the living room all fit together. And sometimes they put a rumpus room there, and sometimes they don't. And there's nobody really knows where the stairway leading to the basement is, because it never really appears unless it's needed and someone's going to the basement. But yeah, they put the same thought into the Star Trek, where like there's a general idea that like if they have to go to the med bay, well, you know, the engine room is on the way to the med bay, so they might pass through the engine room while they're walking or whatever. It's just good. It's good stuff. Continuity, consistency. You like that?
No.
Yeah. I don't really have that much to say about Star Trek because I haven't watched that much of it. I've just seen mostly TNG. Used to see it as a kid on TV sometimes.
I hope to finish the entire show, and then I'll be so smart.
You'll be as smart as Picard.
Picard,
So clever.
like pecan.
It's pecan. It's a pecan pie. Do you say pecan?
Oh, Jean-Luc Pecan.
Do you say pecan or pecan?
Pecan.
I actually do say pecan. I think in the South they say pecan.
Yeah, I don't think I've. Yeah,
Cringe.
pecan just sounds funny anyway.
Yeah, true. A pecan pie. No, I'm sorry.
Pecan pie.
I'm sorry. PECAN. 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 There's no
pecan.
If it were pecan, then I don't know. They would.
It would have an H in before the N.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have anything else to... I don't have any other topics. We could do One Piece, or we could do voicemails, or we could do nothing.
We could do... What did we do last time with One Piece? Did we do it after voicemails?
I think we did it before.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, let's let me read. I forgot to read it.
You little
little
rascal.
Even though you told me to. Is it 1077?
1077, yes.
All
right. It came out during your stream, so I mentioned it in the stream chat.
Right, and then I said I was going to go read it. But then instead, I raided Nate's stream, and Nate was reading One Piece, but I didn't stick around.
That's why I was reminded, because Nate was doing his One Piece stream.
Yeah. Oh.
Does he Does he have another person in the Talking Pirates?
What, are you jealous?
He really should be Talking Pirate.
Oh, you're right. Well, yeah.
I'm a talking pirate, and I'm here to tell you.
I think, okay, very funny and true. I mean, to be pedantic, I think that the implication is that we're talking pirates like they're talking about pirates.
Yeah, but it would only become a pun if there were multiple people on the show.
That's true and valid. I thought you were asking like who's the new girl?
Michelle, she's just silent there. She's like, I hate One Piece, I hate One Piece, I hate One Piece. I'm never.
But look,
she just can't.
Oh, but look
forced
at
there.
But look at Caesar. Oh, but look at Caesar though. Cold. Germa's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 32. Wait a sec, it's all Vegapunk's fault. All right.
Yes, I went back because I was lost. I will recount this cover arc because it might be important.
Okay.
So Germa, right? The guys who were at the Whole Cake arc, they saved Sanji, or they were trying to take Sanji, or no, they were there for the wedding, but then everything went fucked up, and so they became good guys to help Sanji and everyone escape. Caesar was also there, and in their escape, Caesar was like, "Please take me with you, Germa," and so the Germa siblings, they flew over, and they got onto their castle snail ship thing, kingdom.
Right.
Their floating kingdom.
Wait, you mean the whole cakes did, the Big Mom people?
No. Caesar did. They got away. They basically Caesar did some really fucked up stuff, and they stole pudding. It's a little hard to know because I think Blackbeard has pudding now. But pudding was stolen in the escape.
Is pudding still evil, or is she good now?
She I think she's good.
Decide that she likes
for Sanji.
Yeah.
That's why she changed her tune, and it was like, I love you, Sanji. It's like actually heartfelt and cute
Yeah.
that they like each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thing with Whole Cake, the Germa were like 2 of them were captured, and the other siblings came and broke them out, and they ran away. Caesar came with them, and then I guess he bumped into Judge, and then they were like, "Who's this clown?" They fought for a moment, but then they remembered their shared past, and what we were in the previous cover arc pages were like, oh, the mad scientists. They were remembering. That was their thought bubble. Like, oh yeah, we were in the mad scientist thing together. And don't you remember that Vegapunk guy? He's the reason everything got fucked up.
Is it because he won that? Is it because he like won that contest with the flower gunpowder?
Yeah, he won the contest, and he's the best scientist.
Oh my god! It's just like when Dr. Light was granted funding for his improved AI over Dr. Wily's gear system, the double gear.
Yes. These guys with their double gears, and they fought for a while, and they're tired, panting.
I'll show the world that my green blood technology was right all along.
Well, that's Vegapunk who did that.
Oh shit, you're right.
So it's the other thing.
Yeah, it's my smile fruits. My shitty smile fruits are better than Vegapunk's good, actually work right fruits. Fuck that guy.
So, yeah, these two seem to have come to an agreement of some kind that they are, like, with each other against Vegapunk.
Why were they
and
against each other?
Is important.
Why were they against each other in the first place?
Because it was a scientist, like, competition.
Oh, right.
And they were all fighting for second place, but Vegapunk was the guy who was better than them all. So, in this moment, I guess they're like, wait a minute, why don't we just kill Vegapunk? Why don't we kill that guy?
That's in the present, though. That's not like back in the past.
No, this is the present that they're thinking that.
Yeah.
They're saying this is all Vegapunk's fault, which is at least why they stopped fighting. And I don't know what else it means. But I guess we'll know next week if this continues.
I guess I forgot that they were fighting in the present.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of weeks ago, they started the thought bubble, which opened up with the mad scientist's flashback.
What?
And then it's finishing.
Why were they fighting? Did they just like happen to run into each other somewhere? And they were like, it's you again.
They ran into each other because Caesar Clown, who was on Whole Cake, escaped with the Germa siblings, Sanji's brothers and sisters.
Yes.
And sister. As they came back, you can see them in like Ichiji and Raikujo. I can't remember her name.
Right.
Just sort of hanging out, being like, yeah, they're fighting. They're still like, they don't give a shit. And in the thing, I went back. Pudding was kidnapped, and fucking Cracker was turned poisonful. It looks like the poison from Punk Hazard.
Cracker?
So I thought Caesar did it.
Who's Cracker?
Cracker was one of the what do you call them? The commanders of the Big Mom pirates who Luffy defeated with Gear 4th. That was the introduction of Gear 4th into the comic.
Okay.
And he smashed his crackers that he kept making. He had a cracker fruit. He beat the shit out of him. And then so Pudding was kidnapped, but then we later see Pudding aboard Blackbeard's ship, kidnapped, like imprisoned with Kobe, I think. So I don't know whether Blackbeard was there or whether Caesar gave Pudding to them, or I don't fucking know what's going on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's a lot to keep track of, for sure.
That's a little reminder of what the fuck this cover arc is about.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, long story short, Caesar and Germa are teaming up. Or not Germa. Wait, is his name Germa?
Judge.
Caesar and Judge are teaming up. Or it seems that way.
Seems that way.
Yeah. Okay, I'm partway through the chapter, and okay, so Shaka says they're talking about King. They just noticed that these guys are Lunarians, and Shaka says, he's talking about King. He said he was called Abler, and he was a test subject who escaped Punk Hazard with Kaido. So I guess that's how they got Lunarian DNA, was from King. Okay.
Yep.
Make that tracks.
The thing with Zoro seeing like he's the one who knows all the information. It just took him really far too long to put it together.
He's colorblind.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have depth perception anymore.
Right.
That changes your color.
Right. In that case, pay attention to the flames on their backs. Right. Okay, so when the flame is on, they're
invincible, kind of.
But when the flame is off, they're like super fast, or something like that. Like there's a reason they turn it on and off, right?
Oh yes. They don't fight. They can't do damage. I think, I can't remember exactly, but I think King only attacked when his flames were off.
Yeah.
And that's the only time he was vulnerable as well.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's got his flames on, he's not attacking.
Yeah.
Which means that you've got to attack when they attack.
That's so fucking strong.
If you were to do this. It is very strong. Mainly Lunarians are the main aliens.
They're not from the moon, though, right? Despite the name?
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
The only thing we know about Lunarians are that King is one of them, and they have these characteristics.
When Enel went to the moon, there were like some other aliens there that were not...
There were mole men on the moon.
Okay.
And that's considered canon because it was a cover story, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, the moon's pretty big. Maybe there's Lunarians as well.
I feel like someone said that Lunarians they lived on the Red Line. But I mean...
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Could be a big, important thing. I don't remember that.
I was thinking, hey, did we talk about this? That, the Red Line is artificial?
I think I had that as an idea.
Yeah,
I had,
okay. Maybe
it was built and therefore cut off the oceans from one another so that they could be more easily controlled.
Definitely. I mean, if that's true, then it wouldn't make any sense for them to, be from there. Because, it didn't exist for that long. I guess it could have existed for, 1,000 years.
Maybe the devil fruit is I've got the line fruit. And he's the
line. Yeah, maybe. I was thinking it was one of the ancient weapons that might have created it. I think we talked about this already. I think you probably said that, and that's where I got that idea.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Just I'm paying attention. I am paying attention. I'm also reading. Nami's butt. There it is. Let's show that. Let's show that. Let's make
zoom in.
Let's make real sure to show that. We wouldn't want the listeners to feel like they're missing out. It's petite. It's got that thigh gap. This is important.
True. So very true. Jin boy, that's good. Thunderbolt. Oh, Thunderbolt should do double damage because Jin boy is water elemental. So lightning should do double. And it did. Yeah.
It worked.
Pretty effective.
Hey. Oh, he splashes into the floor. The wave, is it called the wave fruit? It's so awesome.
Yeah. The being able to swim through solid matter.
And that was it was
Senor Pink.
I was going to say Mr. Pink. Yeah, Senor Pink. Is Brook able to sense where he is through soul magic? Cuz he senses that he's swimming through the floor.
No, I think he just saw.
Oh.
He saw it or he heard the splash, and so he's he's under the floor. Watch out.
Yeah, I think you're right. It looked like he fell because he was damaged. Decree 1, anyone who threatens Nami-san will face capital punishment. Decree 9, anyone who makes her scream will receive ... The numbers used might be a pun, as 9 and 1 can be combined to form kui, which can imply fishing, seafood in some contexts. Okay.
Oh yeah, because Jinbei's a fish and Sanji cooks fish.
Yes. Oh, true.
He could use knives and cut him.
It's his one weakness, actually. He's being cooked, being filleted. Oh, there's Lilith's butt. Let's show it. let's not neglect to show it. Whoo boy. Bubble gun, bubble something else. Hey ho. Let's go.
You and Nate are exactly the same.
I don't know, these butts are not, they're not that great. They're okay. They're fine. I'm a boob.
The fact that they are being drawn.
I'm a boob. I'm a boob guy. Yeah. I heard Nate I heard Nate saying that it's kind of unusual there are like so many butts on display, and it's kind of true. Yeah, Oda doesn't really focus on butts that much.
I don't know. I would have to go back and like actually count how many gratuitous butt shots there are.
I don't really remember there being that many.
There's 2 in this chapter. It draws your attention to it, but maybe every so often, it just happens.
Maybe.
I have to do some serious research.
We're gonna have to look into this deeply. Green. Oh, here we go. Bubble gun. She brushed it off like it was nothing, huh? Green blood gives you the pros and cons of having a fruit ability, and these bubbles were designed to harm. Okay, so yeah, they're weak to. They're weak. They're weak as same as any fruit user. Okay.
Which is I'm glad, because otherwise it would be way too OP.
It would be, yeah, if it were like, yeah, actually Lumerian blood, like, means that, like, nah, they're fine in water, and Sea Stone doesn't do anything to them, and, yeah.
Also, I'm yeah, you read, but I have a comment.
Go ahead.
I think this is the first time we've heard one of these seraphim speak.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had like they could talk.
I think that's
and have a personality. But this little Hancock, she's doing it.
I think I saw someone on Twitter say that they thought that young Hancock might be the only one that can have feelings because it's like specifically tied to her fruit power. Is like emotions, okay. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I mean,
I have no reason to believe that the others don't have anything to say.
Yeah,
but it could be like that. I feel like because Zoro said, "Oh, you're more than a robot. I can sense humanity in you." Like he could tell that the little Mihawk was not just a robot, it was a person. Like he sensed something. So like I feel like that means a little bit. He just doesn't feel like talking that much, I guess.
Okay, I see.
Nor Jinbei, nor Kuma. They're all quite quiet people.
True, that's true. I think it was Tectonic Improv in my Discord mentioned something about this, and it seems like, yeah, the original Boa Hancock uses the mellow fruit by, like, if it makes you fall in love with her or something. This baby one does not do that. This one gets you by making you think that she's cute. She does a little wink and they go, "Ah," so that's good. That's good that it doesn't work the same way. I'm
a little unsettled, honestly, because Usopp he's turned to stone. He's dead. So is Frankie.
And Lilith too. You're unsettled by that? That's a problem for you?
Well, I feel like being made of stone is not so good.
He's been in tougher jams than this, and he's gotten himself out of it. It's reversible.
On the one hand, it's like, oh no, if the Seraphim continue to be enemies, then he's dead. but
Right.
this just sort of means that they'll be friends again. I guess because she'll undo it.
Is the only way to undo it is if they like choose to undo the stone thing? Is that how it works? I forget.
That's how I understand it.
Yeah. It's
like I remember a time, not like long ago, but like not that long ago in the canon of the story, Hancock and Blackbeard were fighting, and she had the ability to unstone a bunch of people. Oh, and the Marines were there also, or something. There was something going on, but she had the bargaining chip of being able to unstone people. So presumably they would stay like that otherwise.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I guess they'll have to either get her to help them out, or they'll have to figure some other secret trick to unstone somebody. I'm on the last bit now, and I see Shaka has been assassinated. Oh my god, this is gruesome. It's like a pretty gruesome panel.
Yeah.
Damn. Shaka, he's been shot. What's going on? Who was that?
He's been shooted.
Snuffing out hope with a single shot. Shot through the... Who's that you brought with you? Huh? Okay, so I mean, seems like it wasn't Shaka. And
unless this is an elaborate ruse to fake his own death.
Yeah. And Vega...
I don't know.
Vegapunk seems genuinely surprised by this, so it doesn't seem like Stella
Vegapunk's
is evil. I mean, he seems...
I feel like it's pretty clear that Vegapunk is not the one pulling the strings.
Yeah.
It was always a bit weird, the idea that he would be outed as a villain soon after agreeing to like go with the Straw Hat Pirates on their journey.
Yeah, you're right.
And being an enemy of the world government. That'd be like a little weird.
Yeah, you're right.
But yeah,
he'd have his own plans. Like, I don't know. I don't think it's that outrageous, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a little different than Law with having like they're pirates, so ultimately we know that their alliance will end, and it did after Kaido. So, but either way, yeah. So this chapter, brief recap: everyone's fighting the Seraphim, and so some people are doing not so good.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Sanji seems to be holding his own against Jinbei for the time being. I think Nami and Sanji and Brook will be okay.
Yeah. Nami, Sanji, and Brook against
Zoro
Jinbei.
and Luffy will be okay, but Usopp, Lilith, and Frankie, they fucking
they're
are dead.
toast. Yeah, it's over. It's freaking over.
And then Shaka gets shot in the head and with a little pistol gun.
I imagine they'll probably end up in the tank with Vegapunk. Well, maybe. Well, I mean, yeah, it's whoever's pulling the strings and just shot Shaka and is keeping these CP agents in here is probably the same person who's controlling the Seraphim.
The Seraphim.
Right? So they'll I mean, I imagine they will take these stone statues and bring them to the tank.
Okay, so here is my thought process. Where's Stussy?
Yeah.
Where is she right now?
Haven't seen her.
She was with someone. She was with one of the groups that we just looked at. And now she's... Oh no, wait, she was with Chopper. Wasn't she?
No,
she was with Sanji.
Stussy. I was thinking of Bonnie.
Bonnie is also on the loose.
Yeah.
And Chopper is, as we haven't seen Chopper.
Yeah. Chopper's the assassin. He learned to shoot.
Chopper did it.
Yeah.
He got his little hooves.
He violated his Hippocratic oath and became a demon.
He's unlocked.
He's got blood on his hooves.
He awakened his human devil fruit and became the worst thing ever, a person.
Wait,
the worst monster of all, man.
Are his new like post time skip forms? Is that his awakened like Zoan? Is that what that's about?
No,
okay,
no, I don't think so.
Because like Lucci and Kaku awakened their Zoans, and that's why they look different now, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's potential for like Chopper to have found a medicinal way of awakening a devil fruit with his rumble ball.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Because like the idea that he can do all of these different forms, whereas normally a zone can only have 3 forms, he can have like 7.
Maybe,
plus a giant monster.
Maybe for him it's just him using like medicine to fuck with it just kind of means that like his forms are like a different thing than like classical whatever awakening. What does awakening even mean? It's just level up. Better. Yeah, it's just you figure out that you can actually do an even better animal.
You can do you can utilize this power in a way that you thought was not possible before. You can do more with it,
right?
Or whatever,
right? Well,
although, yeah, so it's interesting with Chopper because like. Maybe his ability to do that is like going to be revolutionary, but nobody really thinks about it because he's a little reindeer and he's a little cute reindeer, and he never gets recognition. He never gets a good bounty.
Yeah,
he's the most impressive medicinal mind in the world.
It would be pretty funny if he like if him with his like 5-berry bounty like completely revolutionizes like a fruit technology or something, and it's like
Vegapunk will have a field day with his medicine. I think.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'd like them to get to talk about science and shit. That'd be cool.
So the very end of the chapter, Shaka gets shot in the head, and blood is coming out of his head, and there's blood coming on the thing. But then there's a few panels. It says katok, 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 meaning a footstep that goes 1, 2, which I'm assuming is like a heel. So like a high heel, heel toe, katok, katok. That's what I'm assuming that onomatopoeia might be referencing.
That's interesting.
I think though, that Stussy was wearing the same clothes as everyone else with the big round shoes, so I'm not sure it could be her. The only reason it could be her is just because she's mysterious. She's been on the island before.
Do we know that?
Yeah, remember when he phoned up, like, we need help. We need help from that mysterious person, and it turned out it was Stussy.
Oh, okay.
So, like, she was on the island.
Yeah, that's looking...
And meaning that she knows the island, she knows a bit about stuff, and she can go around places, and she's mysterious. And she's already shown to be a double agent for the Cypher Pole.
Mm-hmm.
And... She's also a vampire and a clone of a lady that was on the Rocks Pirates, who is an old lady who is now got the son, Edward Weevil, of Son of Whitebeard, going around.
Right.
So she is obviously very important to something. Why she's killing people, I don't know, but the fact is she very easily could be.
I think
she's gonna walk down there with a katok like high heel, and she's gonna be like, ha ha ha.
Yeah,
I'm evil.
I think that sounds pretty dang plausible. That's the best theory I got.
No, you don't got it. I
have it now. It's mine. I heard it. I've internalized it. It was easy.
I put it in the marketplace of ideas for free, and now it's been used and abused.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I think you're probably right. Fucking, I don't know what her... I mean, you know, she betrayed the other CP guys, as in Kaku and Lucci, so, you know, this is just a continuation of that trend of betraying the CP. So, yeah, It all kind of makes a lot of sense. It's making a lot of sense right now. Whatever she's doing.
I think if she's a clone of a Rocks Pirates person, I think that fact might be, like, indicative of motivation for her.
Yeah.
Because why else would you have her be also a clone of a famous pirate from a pirate crew that was almost reforming when Big Mom and Kaido said, hey, let's reform the Rocks Pirates. Remember the Rocks Pirates? Let's do that again.
I wonder if there's some kind of like thing that only someone with like that DNA could access, like a secret room like the pawpaw fruit information room or something like that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a situation where Bunny is going to be integral to saving everyone.
Yeah,
because she's nowhere to be found right now.
Yeah,
and Kuma, where's Kuma?
Kuma's he's climbing Red Line to Marijois, I think.
Yeah. For a moment there, I thought he was flying towards Egghead. Although, is he on the other side of the Red Line to Egghead? I don't think so. No, he's not. They're in the New World, right? The Revolutionary Army HQ is in the New World, and so is this.
I think I want to say I think he probably is in the New World, so he would be on the same side.
So it's not like he's climbing the Red Line to jump over it and get to Egghead.
Probably not. I wouldn't think.
He's just following some programming.
I wouldn't assume so. Yeah. Don't know what he's doing, but haven't seen him in a while.
But yeah, Bonnie's around.
So Sentomaru's talking about O'Hara, but he didn't really tell us anything we didn't already know.
Yeah, we already knew that the world government is here to destroy the island because of information they have. Mm-hmm. I like the panel where it's like, by the way, this happened like 12 years ago. Refresher on the O'Hara incident.
It happened 12 years ago in the comic and in real life.
Yeah.
Look at that little drawing of Aokiji in the bottom right.
He's so
yeah. Very cool.
Nico Robin's got a little like square smile.
She is a little tiny. She looks silly. She looks very silly. wait. Let's get a zoom. I don't know what it is. The more I look at it, the funnier it gets.
It's just a little like the ink use was just a little too thick for her mouth.
It didn't quite,
but it doesn't matter. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Print it.
Send it to the printers. Hell yeah. Okay. What else? I guess I don't really have that much else to say about this chapter. It was good. Yeah, I liked it. I had fun. The Seraphim. Yeah, I think it's probably true that if young what's her shit, the Amazon, not Bellatrix.
Hancock.
If young Hancock can speak, then probably all of them have the ability to speak and all that. But I mean, she only spoke to like do a freaking strategic thing. She might not actually like have. I mean, she's probably like a complete sociopath who can only like only fake emotions.
Yeah, that would be likely.
And she can speak if she needs to for some strategic purpose, but like she wouldn't do it normally because like she's a killing machine.
Yeah, that bubble gun will be useful.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty good. Was it
If only well, Luffy could get little Hancock because Luffy doesn't care about women.
He might still think she's cute. Nah, he probably wouldn't care.
It's odd because it's a different kind of thing. The joke before is that Luffy he's asexual, you know, he doesn't like, beautiful woman, what's that? I don't care.
What if the fact...
Hey, do you have any meat? You know, like that's his bit, but like when it's a little cute girl, it's a different kind of thing. But I haven't seen Luffy do like It
would be kind of funny and I would kind of buy it if like, oh my god, now Hancock's power works on Luffy because she's not hot. Now she's cute. And Luffy's normal enough that like he cares about that sort of thing. But I could also see it just being like he doesn't give a fuck about anything.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think who in the crew, if not Luffy, could resist the cute rays?
Maybe Zoro.
I was thinking Zoro, yeah.
I don't think Zoro would be particularly moved by a cute, vulnerable being.
He does have that
Nico
Tashigi,
Robin
though.
probably would not.
Not Tashigi. Or was it Tashigi?
Yeah.
The person who we know is Tashigi, like the underling to Smoker. But like, what was the name?
Is it Kuina?
Kuina?
Yeah, I want to say it's Kuina. Yes. That's true.
So
he might feel some.
He does have emotions, but like,
yeah, I'm not saying he doesn't have emotions, but I don't feel like he's like. Yeah, he might.
He doesn't get as riled up in the same way as the others.
I think. What do you think about Nico Robin? Do you think Nico Robin would be good? Or maybe Nami might be cutthroat enough that she might not be.
Nami and Nico Robin could be.
I could see it going either way. I could see it going either way for both of them.
I think because Lilith smiled, and she got that Nami would also. I think Nico Robin. She finds things cute that are pathetic.
You're right.
She
really
likes
dark. She
pathetic,
likes dark things, and
she likes dark things, and like she finds pathetic things adorable.
Is there an example? I don't remember.
What was it? It was, what's his name? Kanjuro's shittily drawn dragon beast that they used to climb the elephant.
Oh yeah.
To climb Zoe, and she was like, "Oh my god, you can do it!" Like it's like such a terrible drawing, and everyone was like, "Oh, this guy sucks." But she was almost in tears about how much she loved him.
Well, I mean, when
she was so sad when he died.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's so funny.
It was such a nice little moment.
I totally forgot about that. Okay, on the one hand, I mean, not Bella. Why do we keep Boa? Boa being like, "Oh, this is agonizing. Oh, it hurts so bad." Like that is kind of pathetic. But yeah, I think that.
Well, not pathetic in a way. I think she would see through the manipulation.
I think
is what I mean. Like she would need. I agree. She would need it to be like genuinely unsettling.
Yes.
For her to actually like
You're
it.
So right.
And if it's a normie kind of cue, she's like, yeah, okay, sis.
Agreed, 100%, and I think that rules. And I hope that we get to see. I hope that we get to see this just it completely not work on her, because I think that's what would happen. No, if it worked on Lilith, it would probably work on Nami. I think. Although Lilith might be like. Lilith seems kind of like hyper emotional, or she seems very emotional and prone to like yelling and stuff. Nami's a little more calculating, but might still. I
honestly think Nami is a little prone to yelling and emotional as well.
She's
one of the ones, along with Zoro, Usopp, and Chopper, who always scream at stuff.
You're right, actually,
and Brook as well.
I think Zoro would probably, because Zoro, has this like memory of like a young girl that like died and that he like traumatized him. I feel like he probably would be vulnerable to little Boa being like, "Ow, it hurts." I'm thinking Robin would just see through it. Oh, that's so cool. I hope we get to see that.
Anyway, I just wanted to say one more thing. Mm-hmm. The top with Caesar and Judge. Mm-hmm. They hate Vegapunk. I had I think Cassidy in your chat was hinting that it could be Caesar with the gun.
Oh,
or Judge. But Caesar is the one who has used a gun before as a weapon.
When did he?
The thing is, though, how would he have got here? Well, that's the thing. He is a scientist, so I know he could probably science his way in. And he can fly himself, I think.
Yeah. Can he just fly like from island to island?
I think so. I don't really know. I think
it's really fucking good.
Cloud, his poison cloud fruit means he can fly a bit, but he needs to land at some point. Yeah. I don't think that was ever explained, but that's how I assume. Yeah.
If he could just travel between islands with no ship, like that would be like amazing capability of that fruit.
But then, like, why couldn't Smoker do that? Could Smoker do that, or would he get tired and have to land?
I think it's probably. There's limits to how much you can you can do that and fly and whatever. Smoker's got. Could Ace just turn into a cloud of fire and go from island to island? No, he had to use that little like rocket propelled sailboat. Yeah.
So
I could see it being Caesar. Yeah, I could see it being Caesar, and he got here somehow when no one was paying attention.
Because like that flashback or that cover story is like as soon as they left Whole Cake. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, everyone else was in Wano doing Wano stuff.
Yeah.
So there's potentially loads of time for Judge and Caesar to hatch a plan to infiltrate Egghead and do some little sneaky stuff.
You know what? Totally plausible. Think the Stussy theory makes sense, but I mean, this... It would make sense for us to be seeing
the motivation this. Makes sense for Caesar.
Yeah, plus it would just... Like, oh, that's why we've been seeing it in the cover arc story. It's like, okay, because it's going to be immediately relevant to what's happening on the island. Yeah, that's I buy it. So, and if he's here, then probably Judge is here too, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know why they would both be like physically together.
Yeah,
I feel like Caesar would be sneaking around. Judge would be nearby with his ships.
That's probably not necessary.
Probably not. I really don't know, because it's sort of like they want to get back at Vegapunk. Therefore, what do they do? What are they doing right now?
Caesar might be
if they are doing that,
assassinating people, or
he's assassinating the Vegapunk
if they're not
people.
Here,
he's got control of the Seraphim.
If they're not here doing this, then I don't know what they are doing. Yeah, why would Caesar have control of the Seraphim?
That's why Stussy would have the control, because she had the little
she had the
CP0 thing.
But wouldn't Vegapunk's orders supersede her orders though?
That's the thing that's confusing. I would assume that either Stussy knows how to operate the computers and change the programming somehow, or Caesar does. The only thing that's weird about Caesar being here is, if surely he knows that Luffy is here, or he will find out, and he's fucking terrified of the Straw Hats because they beat the shit out of him,
right?
And they forced him to collaborate.
Did
with
he
them
get his heart
in
back?
Their assassination of Big Mom. I think so. Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, it could. I guess it could still be a fake assassination, and like Stussy and Shaka are like collaborating. For
what purpose, though? They've been collecting these agents for so long.
That would explain how the Seraphim are in their control, because Shaka is Vegapunk, and so Shaka has basically the highest authorization to order them.
True.
So that could explain that. Because without a Vegapunk giving orders, there's no real explanation for why Vegapunk can't just tell the Seraphim to stop. Didn't they say there was some line about like one Seraphim, one CP0 can't like contradict another one's orders. Like once one had given an order, another CP can't just call it off. Like an even higher order has to be given for it to change.
Yeah, I think they did say something like that.
I feel like they said something like that, which if true would mean that like if Shaka says something, then no other Vegapunk can intercede, like because there's no higher authority. It would have to carry that one out before another order could be given.
That's crazy.
So I don't know. That makes me think maybe Shaka actually is faking his death. You wanna go to voicemails?
Yeah.
Well, let's do a little voicemail. Speakpipe.com/PCP voicemail. If you want to leave a PCP voicemail.
PCP
let's go.
Voicemail.
Okay, there's not that many. There's a normal amount. Okay. First one. We got an image from Prince Isolation. I think it's okay. It's me. Oh, I think these are stream moments. Oops, threw up a little. And then ¿Quieres? Oh, I'm asking who about a little green gummy? Little green gummy bear while Munchie is benching 500 behind me. That's true. That's true. Oh God, my potassium. Yeah, I keep having like weird heart palpitations and complaining about them on stream. And then Gamers Tavern instructed me on stream that I should get more potassium. And then I can, he had a similar issue once and that potassium helped. So I've been trying to eat more bananas.
Mm.
And then, don't trust anyone. They will always betray you. True. Gib, I'm watching you.
Don't worry, I'll betray you.
Aha! I knew it!
You can trust me to do that.
Thank you. Thank you for proving me right. There we go. Oh, thank you. I knew you'd come through for me. Grievance grievance number 2793 on September 5th, 2016. Trixie, I assume that says Trixie did this, and this. Yes. I'm a very, yes, I am a very cantankerous and generally unpleasant person. It's true. Anyway, let's move on to the next one.
It's another image and a voicemail from Prince Isolation again.
God, not another one. Oh, this is Gib. Oh, little Pikmin. Marth is going to die.
Oh, this is from my stream.
Did you carve a pumpkin and put it on your head? Oh, it's because you have the VTuber, the PNG tuber.
PNG tuber. Hey guys, let's play Fire Emblem. Always with it.
There's
so many
with the reinforcements. I've only watched you play Fire Emblem one time, and boy, it sure does take a while.
It does.
Boy, it sure does take a while to do a battle. Yeah.
Just like in real life.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't remember the Pikmin. What was the Pikmin from?
Yeah. Why are you holding a Pikmin?
I would say that, though. I would say, whoa!
Oh! Look, it's a little Pikmin in real life! Oh my god! Yeah. Alright, let's listen to the voicemail. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I just realized that I haven't contextualized the last image that I sent. So that is, Ben streaming. And so the next one, this one,
right,
is Gib streaming. I made some eclectic fan art of these two content creators streaming. Aren't I original? Aren't I just the most fucking original fan in the world? Okay, enjoy.
We did.
I did have a little moment where I said, "Oh," I threw up a little bit in my mouth because it just happened. I don't know why I'm saying "Quieres" to this. I think it's a gummy bear. Maybe I'm just generally contemplating the gummy. That is something I would do. I did at one point step away and to my fridge and eat some gummies that I just had sitting around. One of these days. How much do you think I should sell like a pound of gummies for? Like $25? $25 a pound?
I can't visualize a pound of something.
I think it would be like a sort of a big handful size, maybe like the size of like a roll of toilet paper. Yeah, probably smaller than that.
A little smaller than a roll of toilet paper, but like a little plastic bag filled with little gummies in it.
Yeah. $25
seems kind of steep, but I guess candy is just cheap. So
I mean a pound is a lot. Be eating that for a while. Well, I mean, I wouldn't, but most people would. I'll try to see like how much it would actually cost me to make. As always, I'll have to figure out the cost and then figure out price from there. These are cute.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be like competing with candy factories that can make billions of candies with 1 cent of production.
Yeah. I can't really compete on economy of scale. So I'll have to make them cute. I'll have to make them cute and funny somehow.
Cute
I'll have to
and like cute little like people. I don't feel like people would need gummies in bulk. They could buy little packets, and then you could have the price. You could mark the price up so that they're like, oh, it's only a couple bucks. But like scaled up, it would sound like an unreasonable number. But scaled down, it's a cute little package.
A cute little package, but I mean, if I were buying some gummies like on a Kickstarter, I would hope to get like a pretty large amount.
Kickstarter.
I would hope. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, to do a Kickstarter. We're like, hey, anyone who buys a pound of gummies, like if I could sell like 20 pounds of these, then like we're good.
You should sell them on Gumroad.
I would set the goal to like $50. And then like anything over and above that is just gravy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different beast making a food product for Kickstarter.
Yeah. It would be inconvenient to make little packets, because like it's kind of like, why do I even want to bother with making like a $5 sale? Like I got to go all the way to the freaking post office.
No, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like in a shop, like a little packet of something, not like a tiny thing, but like
to get.
Like
I mean, if I was
the
putting
size
them
of
in
a Haribo
shops,
gummy bear packet.
Yeah, if I was putting them in shops, that would be a whole different story. That's like a whole process to do that I don't even understand. And this is all off topic. Thank you, Prince, for the fan art.
Thank you
for the stream moments. I like mine a lot. I really appreciate it. It's cool. Okay, next one is called Literally World-Ending User Experience. 3, 2, 1, go.
Ben, on saintcomics.com, I noticed that the Beastcapades, when you're reading Beastcapades, the name of the tab says The Vapors instead of Beastcapades. All the other comics are correct, but I guess you forgot to change that one when you made the page. So I don't know if you want to fix it or something. I don't know. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, I didn't. Thank you for. I'm gonna put that in my notes. I actually noted there's a couple broken links. Pages 83 and 90 and 106 have like their next button is like broken, which sucks. So
that's no good.
That's not good. I have to fix that. I will get on that. I'll do that at some point after. Maybe when I'm actually drawing it or something, I'll get around to fixing that. It's not hard to fix at all. Actually, it would take me literally like 5 minutes. So maybe I'll just do it right after this, if I remember. Next one is called Butta Epic Comic, smiley face. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, two things. I just read Beastcapades for the first time, and it was so good. Why didn't I read it sooner? It's so funny and adventurous and engaging, and the mechanics are great, and the diction is so awesome. Ben, you should feel good about it and yourself for making it. Other thing, on 3 pages, there were technical issues with the website. On 83 and 90,
that's what I just said.
Next buttons that were below the page, the comic page, didn't have the right links. And then on page 106, it shows that there's a second image, but it isn't loading.
That's the...
so yeah, that's the rub.
That's what I...
Fucking comic anyway. Okay, bye.
Hey, good catch. Too bad I caught them all first, idiot.
You say with the website still broken.
Yeah, it's still broken, but like I knew it was broken this whole time. Don't you look like a fool now, Lamau. Okay, next one is called Kaga D's Nuts. 3, 2, 1, go.
Catching up on my PCP, and I noticed that Gib has been playing some Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
And if you're not already aware, there's this neat little PlayStation game called Tear Ring Saga, made by the creator of the series, Shozo Kaga, aka the guy that Nintendo desperately wants to erase from existence. Like, he wasn't even named at all in the 30th anniversary art book collection for Fire Emblem. So that's just a little bit fucked up. At least they had the dignity to credit him for the Switch release of the first Fire Emblem, so that's something, I guess. But anyway, Tearing Saga, literally just PlayStation Fire Emblem. It's got these gorgeous sprite works. Animation's not nearly as cool as the GBA games, but it looks nice in its own way, and it's a fun little romp. I highly recommend.
Okay, I'm looking at it. Tearing. I thought you said curing.
It's the caring saga.
We care about this.
We care about you, the player. Oh, a little tiny fruit fly? No, it was just
all of these images I'm finding on Google are very, very small, but I will post one anyway, just so I can see what I'm looking at. So like, looks like little guys, little RPG.
Oh, look at him! Wait a minute. Look at his face.
Oh, this is a better image. So yeah,
okay.
It's grid based, but it's individual. They're zoomed in, so they're more like people.
I'm sorry. All I can see is the weird tangent of how like the line of his collar leads directly into the line that I think is his mouth, and that's just bad. That's just bad design. That's just bad illustration work right there.
That's a right angle. Can't have right angles.
No, it's like a
I know what you mean. Like it keeps
the one line becomes the other line in a very way that is making me think I'm seeing some sort of an illusion. Don't like it. What is this called? Curing Saga? Tearing Saga?
Tear. Like I'm crying about it.
Ugh. Okay, so what are we gonna do about this?
I'm gonna cry about it.
What's the solution?
I'm not gonna play it for the Fire Emblem series, but I will probably have a look at it because this looks nice.
There's a game that a bunch of people have recommended me. Oh shit, I'm drawing a blank on what it's called. But somebody made
Super Mario Brothers 2.
No, it's somebody made an indie like Battle Network like. It's called something like
Butthole
Love
Network.
Love is in the Heart or something. That's not what it's called. Indie Battle Network. One Step from Eden. A couple people have recommended me a game called One Step from Eden. I think they might have even had a voicemail about it. But I have not looked at it, but I will probably check it out at some point. Next one is an image.
What is...
Let's see.
Is this a reference to something? I don't quite understand.
Yeah, I'm not... I mean, I ate my food, and I'm big and fat.
And I didn't finish my food, and I'm a skeleton.
Why didn't you finish your food? You could have averted this.
I don't know. I guess I like skeletons too much.
This reminds me... Isn't there like a meme or something that's like big fat capital? This is like a big fat capitalist who's like telling one guy with one... There's like a black guy with no cookies, and there's like a white guy with one cookie, and the capitalist is telling the black guy, like, that guy... No, he tells the white guy, that guy wants to take your cookie. And meanwhile, the capitalist has like a huge plate like piled up with cookies or something. I feel like that's what this reminds me of, but yeah.
I like the skeleton. The skull is a cool...
The skull looks really cool, actually. The angle on it looks good. Looks like our logo.
Is that a bit of...
Looks like our new logo, too soon to debut.
Oh my god.
Spoilers! Wow!
Broilers. Is that like
actually.
Black pudding? Or is that a sausage?
I thought it was like toast.
Oh.
It looks like a biscotti. You know biscotti? Like the hard sliced.
Aren't they a lot lighter color?
Yeah, but it's shaped like one. If it's a sausage, why is it off your plate? You sloppy fuck.
Look.
Just throwing your food around.
Yeah, I was just playing with it, and I died. Turned to a skeleton.
You were too busy tossing your biscotti around. You couldn't bother to be asked to take a bite of it.
I like how you're just pointing at it. You're just...
Maybe I'm asking, are you going to eat that?
Yeah, it looks like you're saying that, but like I'm dead, so I can't speak.
You can eat that? Hey, buddy, you can eat that? Nope.
It's just
don't
sort of
mind if I do.
It's just sort of like if it was like, oh, Ben eats so much that I starve to death, but my food is still there. Ben has not done this, so why did I starve to death?
I have not done this to you. Yeah, you did this to yourself, and I'm just here to capitalize on it.
Well, truer words.
Gib, if you died, would you let me eat your egg and biscotti?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. This might happen one day.
Oh no!
And I'm gonna need to know that I have your consent.
That means if I ever have a breakfast that consists of a single fried egg and a bit of biscotti, that means somebody's out there with a sniper rifle.
You have to put the meal down and immediately exit the building. Sick. All right. The next one is a Vokaru. You ready?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do. Checking Twitter, doing what I do. Oh, a new picture of give and take. Oh my god.
Fast.
Yeah, what's going on?
Oh, wow, it didn't sound healthy.
Did I even put a picture of myself lately?
I don't think I've seen a new one that lately.
No,
the last
haven't.
one was like the wait. There was the one of you, and it was just the back of your head, but you could sort of see your face in the mirror.
No,
Was it that one?
yeah, it was a selfie.
I thought that one was pretty funny.
No, it was cool.
Yeah,
Not funny.
it was funny that like you can only just barely see your face.
Oh yeah, a little bit. I was fucked. I was fucked up about like the hairs on the back of my neck. I was like, oh shit, these feel like they go way down, like way too far down. And I was like, shit, I gotta take a picture of the back of my neck to confirm that I don't look like a freak back there. Turns out it looked normal and it's fine. But then it turns out that the image I took just happened to be nicely put together, I guess. It's just sort of like, that's kind of an interesting image. It's kind of like an alternative selfie.
An alternative selfie. For with the regular kind. I just won't do. Sorry, I'm an hour behind on sleep because it was daylight savings time last night. So that's you have to excuse me. The next one?
Yes, another Vokaru.
Next one. No. The next one is the mongoose.
Oh, that was that? Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I don't know, Jesse. You've been acting kind of sus lately.
I mean, Lamau, I don't know.
What if the PCP was Among Us?
Oh?
Who would be sus?
Who would be the imposter? Who would be sus?
And who would win? Vote now.
Jesse and Trixie, imposters. Voting them out. Throw them in the airlock. That's my bid.
No, we'd be the imposters because there's two of us.
We've been systematically picking off everyone, making them stop showing up to the show and quit the server.
Yeah, we started because with Jeff. Was it Jeff kicked first?
He wasn't really kicked.
He wasn't sort really of like, kicked. See you guys. Yeah, yeah. It's sort of like, yeah, this isn't really a thing. And then we killed Mumkey. We stabbed him. Got him with our like alien face. And then everyone came around like, oh shit, there's a body. What's going on? There's a big old argument.
Right.
And we just kept killing. We just kept killing.
I mean, I think the only other like official kill was Trixie, and that was suicide.
Right? And Trixie tripped out of the airlock.
Oh no, Davu. I mean, Davu also. I mean, we never found the body, so we don't know what happened to Davu. Presumed suicide as well. That's the mark of a really excellent kill is that you think it was a suicide.
I like Among Us.
Me too. A mongoose. I get it. Lol. All right, next one is Kongiluya Final. Let's go. I think the URL ends in bonk.
Oh yeah.
How is that? That can't be a coincidence.
Yes, it can. It absolutely can.
I don't think so. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Finally, he's here for you. The last member of DK's crew. He shoots out pineapples with his bazooka. He may move slow, he can't
But this
jump high.
Kong is
This
a
Kong
fuck
is
of a
one hell of
guy.
a guy. Can make a Kremlin cry out. Kongiluya, 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 Kongiluya,
It just keeps going.
Walnuts, peanuts, pineapples, nuts, grapes, melons, oranges, and coconuts.
Wow. It's
Nice.
it's just undeniable. Yeah, it is nice. Just gave it his all.
He did.
And he did it. He the mad lad, he pulled it off.
I'd buy that on cassette tape.
I would buy that on 8-track. I would buy that on a disc. I would buy that on a floppy.
I would
Wow.
buy it with a mouse. I would buy it in a house.
Just an impressive level of execution on display on this little project. All right. I think we've got I would think the next one might be related. The next one is called A Reveal and an Announcement. Dry Dump December at dustydumps.com. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, it is me, Dusty Dumps. I hope you enjoyed the Kongiluya track. It was
The
me
saga. The
all
Kongiluya
along,
saga.
That
Woo!
wascally dump. Well, anyway, I'm here to announce that the
Dumpy
PCP
Kong.
voicemail album that I announced almost a year ago is finally done, and it's out now. I added the Kongiluya track to it.
Yo!
It's on Bandcamp. It's 23 tracks long with wildly varying lengths from tracks that are like 10 seconds long to epic 7-minute odysseys.
Holy
Two
shit.
of the tracks are album exclusive. 5 of them are bonus tracks that you can only get if you get the full album. Each track comes with a little blurb describing the lore of the track and the conception of it, and each track also comes with lyrics so you can sing along at home. The album is at a pay-what-you-want model, so you can pay me $5 billion for it, or
I
just
think I will.
0.
Thank
You
you.
get it for free. I don't
Oh,
mind.
that rules.
The
I'm
album
gonna
includes tracks
pick
such
that up.
as Elegy for Kringus Bingus, The Tale of the Golden Witch, the Natehead theme song, Lord of Ghosts versus King Herod, and many, many more. Check it out.
I
The
might.
next voicemail will just be a link to the album. Okay, see ya. Bye. Hope you enjoy. Thank you, Gib
might
and
have-
Ben.
Aw, thank you, Dusty Dumps.
Yeah, thank you.
I might have forgotten a couple of those. I might go and
Yeah, I'm
refresh
not
my memory.
sure all of these were played as voicemails. Maybe there's some secrets.
He did say there were some exclusives.
Exclusives.
We should like post this. Well, I mean, we'll definitely put it in the description. Maybe we'll like post this on Twitter or post this around. I'm definitely gonna pick it up, and I'll probably pay. I'll actually probably pay something. I don't know, anyone that picks that up. Throw this guy a little bit. Tip this guy for his all the work he's put into this. Appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Link mutusandu.bandcamp.com. That's from Mutusandu. Kongaluya to you, sir. I tip my hat. Just great. Great stuff. You want to do the next one?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Next one is an image. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Metokur, man.
It's a bunch of tweets of me asking why isn't Metokur dead yet? It's my plebe and the weeb head image here with the soy jack on it, of course. Metokur's staying alive to own the libs. I was just freaking Keemstar was like, he's dying any day now. He's on my show. He's almost dead. He's gonna be dead real soon.
Why would you trust a thing Keemstar says?
Oh God, you're right. I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking stupid.
Keemstar would say the most entertaining thing that not necessarily true.
I guess it would be like get more people to watch if he was like, this guy's gonna be dead tomorrow.
Any second now. Tune in to watch him die live.
Before the show, he was like, "Hey, Metokur, hey, what if I tell them you're like, what if I actually tell them you're gonna die? What if we keep saying you're gonna die?" And I say, "No, this is it. No, this is it. He'll be dead immediately. Immediately after the show concludes." And he was like, "Yeah, tell him that. Those idiots will believe anything." And they were right. I did.
Oh.
Well, consider this lib owned, I guess. Next one is called Derriere. 3, 2, 1, go.
Fucking tussle, bro. You want to fight? I'll fight you to the last man. Ben. I'll send a battalion. I'll send a rapscallion to your house to knife you. And then we'll invite you to this coffin I've prepared out by your mother's derriere in the field. I'm gonna kill you, Ben.
Damn, fuck.
By your mother's derriere in the field.
Was that Ethan Ralph?
No, wait. Why would it be?
I thought it sounded a little bit like a southern accent at the very end there, but no. I guess my
Ralph was watching the PCP and says,
I guess my mom's dead. Well, because his baby was the samurai. It's a...
I thought you meant like the actual...
Yeah, the actual Ethan Ralph has an actual samurai reincarnated.
Oh, wow.
In the ghost of Roseanne, whatever his fucking name is. Well, I guess my mom's dead and she's buried in a field and there's going to be a battle. Bring it on.
He's going to send a battalion and a rapscallion. Which one are you more scared about?
I don't know. One good rapscallion can really get some work done. Probably I could. It'd be harder to defend myself against an entire battalion. If I'm being honest, my house is not like positioned for like military defense, so I'd probably be pretty weak to a frontal assault. Next one is called BenCon 4. 3, 2, 1, go.
Do we actually know if anyone funded Radcon 4 because they wanted to see more Ben Saint?
No.
Nope.
Wait,
we don't know that. It could be that everyone did that for that reason.
It could be, and it should be, but I can't prove it. Nobody knows. At the end of the day, we only have hearsay and speculation. Next one is called Sonic Review. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sonic the Hedgehog is amazing. I love everything about Sonic the Hedgehog. He's blue. He's fast. He has an attitude. And he eats
True.
the same kind of food that you and me do. Hot dogs.
That's very exciting.
Chili dogs.
Really, I love hedgehogs, just in general.
Yeah.
And
yeah. They're all right.
You know, the only thing about it is I tried to play Sonic, and you know, I thought the point was to go fast, but like every time you build up a little bit of speed, you just ran into something. What was the point?
Didn't you watch the Doujin video?
You want a game where you can go fast? You play Mario Kart. You hold the throttle down the whole time. It's way better.
That's one of those reviews I heard all about.
You gotta watch that Doujin video where she talks about how it's about controlling your momentum to get the big loops.
Blue hedgehogs give me nightmares. If only it was a green hedgehog.
Now, if you want to play a game, a man after your own heart who wants a game that's just about going fast, that's ullillilia. That's Platform Masters. Did you ever see like footage of Platform Masters?
No.
Okay, he was making a game for a while, and it was going to be called Platform Masters, and it was like, let me see if I can find a screenshot of it. Ullillilia Platform Masters. Yeah, here we go. Platform Masters development, New Forested Mountains. Okay, so basically, Platform Masters is a game where you just hold the forward button and like go really fast. I mean, there are platforms and there are like objects to jump on, but it's just about like accumulating a huge amount of speed and getting really high is pretty much the point of it.
Was he in the middle of a dive right there?
They were flying.
Right.
I think the idea is that it literally works kind of like a Legend of the 10 Elemental Masters, where like your character like just holds their arms out and it makes them fly.
Oh, that's something I really like about this, the way this looks.
If you watch his logs where he talks about development, like, yeah, he's got like the speed counter and the height counter, and like pretty much he designed the game so that you could achieve like tremendous heights and outrageous speeds. But like a lot of what he talks about is about the parallax scrolling of the backgrounds, and he like very carefully calculated the distance of every object in the background, and he made it parallax scroll as you move in like a completely scientifically accurate way. Even like there's one where you're on the moon and you can see Earth in the sky, and like the Earth will parallax scroll very slowly at a scientifically accurate rate to you traveling like thousands of miles an hour across the surface of the moon.
That's great.
Yeah, that's where you really want your development resources going. But yeah, you know, it's kind of Sonic inspired. You can see there's little jump platforms.
Can I play it?
I don't think a playable version was ever released.
No, I like this. I like how it looks. I just want to jump around in it.
I don't know, but I think that all that ever surfaced of it was like videos of him showing like development progress.
I guess I'll watch those then.
Yeah, they're kind of. It's interesting to hear him. Just how focused he is on the parallax scrolling is like remarkable. I think that the next one is called Funny Voicemail. Wait, hang on. Okay, yeah, 3, 2, 1, go.
So that last voicemail was kind of bad, and I kind of wish I didn't send it. But
I thought it was a good jumping off point.
And so if Sonic the Hedgehog and Shadow the Hedgehog were in a gay romantic relationship, do you think Sonic would be the top or the bottom?
That's a nice break there.
I don't.
You tried to keep a straight face. You just blurted it out.
I'm not sure if that laugh was part of the kayfabe or not. I don't fucking know. I think they'd both be tops, and that's why they can't fuck.
No, Shadow's a bottom. Just because.
You think?
Yeah. He'd be a bottom,
No.
and then Maria would be the top.
Well,
It's just how it is.
is that like incest? I don't
know anything about the story.
Yeah,
I just know that
I'm
he
not
likes
sure.
Maria.
He likes Maria, but she
Is she a
died.
sister?
I don't know. I think maybe he was made in a lab and she like adopted him. Maybe so. They're probably not. They're probably. I mean, look at them. They don't look blood related. Yeah. Okay. It's probably fine.
Shadow's clearly a bottom because he's an underling.
Black. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Sorry.
I was going to say hedgehog.
Because he's a hedgehog. I mean, sure. I mean, he's an edgy. He's an edgy boy, but he just wants.
I mean,
just wants
hedgehogs
someone to love
are
him.
kind of like shy, like as a, just by their very nature, they curl up into a little ball when someone comes close, and they're like, "Ooh, don't touch me! Ooh, don't come near me."
Well, I guess don't come near me. That's what I say when I'm the top. I say, "Don't come near me. Don't come in my sight, slave." That's not true. It's not true. Didn't happen.
The other way around.
It's the other way around. They say that to me. I have nothing else to say about this stupid question. Next one is called "How angry was Ben Saint this episode? Scale of 1 to 10." I'm down to like a light 3. I'm down to a strong 3 to a light 4. I'm down to a 5. I'm only at like 6 or 7.
It's going up.
How have you asked this question? I'm down to like a normal. I'm down to a manageable 3 or so. That's where I would put myself. What do you think? Am I right or am I right?
Yeah, I'd say you've calmed down.
I have calmed down. I was at a 9. It was not a productive place to be. So, I'm back, baby. I'm back and better than ever. Next one is called "A Little Poem for Y'all." 3, 2, 1, go.
This is not my voice.
Okay.
This is nothing more than brief electrical impulses.
True.
This that you hear right now is not my voice.
It's true.
True.
I am an invisible man that whispers in your ear the news that in mine now you are invisible too. Imagination games. Not tells Mr. Sensible Guy, who's always there among the crazy, as if we ever knew what a game was, or even what is imagination. This is not my voice. I am just whispering in your ear. Fuck Jesse Wood.
Okay.
That
All right.
was a nice poem, I guess.
It was a nice
The
poem.
end part.
Right. I mean, I don't want to comment on the end part. Next one is called I'm neutral. Next one is called "Benefit of the Gib." 3, 2, 1, go.
Let me preface this by saying that none of this is a joke. I am genuinely concerned for your well-being. Ben is insane. He enjoys suffering. He will spend literal years praying for your downfall. You know so many artists. You could work with literally anyone else. Why him? Why put up with him? He is unstable and he will drag you down.
Hey, I can take you more seriously without the silly voice.
Yeah, I can't tell if this is a sincerely meant sentiment or not.
Well, they said it was sincere.
Well, they said they did use that word. I'm not. Is that a quote from someone else or? I mean, listen. I mean, it's fair. I mean, it's fair criticism. It's fair criticism. Look, I'm coping. Okay. Look, I'm trying to get better. All right. Yeah,
I know. Podcast with Ben because we used to do a podcast.
I know it's unproductive. I know I can be unproductive sometimes. I know I get a little heated over some things occasionally. I know I hold grudges for, whatever. It's probably something I should be working on.
Yeah.
So it's try not to let it hold me back from doing some things I'm trying to do. Trying to get this new video. Trying to get another video out soon. Do the comic party. Rebrand the show. We're moving forward. It's the 90s. Our music is about something now.
The 90s.
In the 90s.
Our music is about the 90s.
That's Alex Yeek, if you're familiar. He
Nope.
tells an old metalhead. He's like, ugh, metal sucks. It's all screaming. It's all just screaming. It's the 90s. Our music is about something. Our music is about things now. Great stuff. Well, shit, that was the last voicemail.
Was it?
Being critical of me. It's fine.
I mean,
he's mean. He was mean. He's mean to me. Gib.
The voicemailer?
Stop him. Arrest him. Arrest him.
I am not your policeman or woman.
Well, I guess he'll get away with it. I guess I can't do shit.
Didn't we have voice jail? You could put him in there.
Put him in voice.
No,
No,
you have to repent. You have to repent. This is what you get. You get
Maybe
voicemailers. You get mean voicemailers.
Maybe if he didn't put a funny filter on his voice, I would put him in voice jail, but he did, so it's okay. All is forgiven. All right, well, that's it. Thanks, everyone, for your voicemail. I think... What do you think? Okay. I'm thinking we can have the website more or less online and pretty much done by next week. Probably even by the time you listen to this. And I don't want to make any promises about when the Perfect Pony podcast will be out, but I will be starting to draw more stuff. I'll be starting to draw this week. I can't put it off any longer. And
Yes.
And thanks for that guy who said that he liked Beastcapades. That means a lot to me that somebody thought it was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, thank you. I'll do my best. I need to write an outline. What I need to do is like take some notes and outline, okay, here's where we're at in Beastcapades. Here are the elements that I had previously introduced, and then block out a little thing like, okay, here's where I want the story to get over the course of however many pages of Beastcapades I want to do. How many pages do you think I should do? How many pages of Clarissa do you want to put in there?
There's I think like 17 or 18 pages.
Okay.
You can do however many you want. It doesn't need to be a big thing, but
Are you going to do it like standard comic page format?
I will give you the template for you to slot your images into.
Yeah, that would
like
be
text underneath.
That would be great. Yeah, I need
I'll
to know.
there'll be like like a left or a right page.
Okay, cool.
So you can put things in margins and stuff.
Yeah, give me that. Yes. This is the week that I get cracking on that. And
yes, and
honestly,
I will I guess make that PDF, and then also next week maybe the give and take book. I think the website will come before the Amazon thing.
Oh, you mean the Clarissa book?
Yeah, for my end of things. Because
I'll buy one.
That'd be great.
I
don't even know if it works outside of the US. It might just be a US specific Amazon service. But if that's the case, that's fine. At least a bunch of people can buy it.
I'd be surprised if Amazon wouldn't ship to the UK.
Yeah. I would also be surprised, but I think it was on Amazon.com and not .co.uk. But I guess Amazon.com is the main one.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I still got lots of like guides to read on the thing, on like how to upload your thing and what's the specifications. It's just a lot of stuff.
I know what you mean. Yeah. All right. Let's put our nose to the grindstones. The next week on the Pro Crastinators podcast, patreon.com/the Pro Crastinators. If you want bonus episodes, if you want behind the scenes discussion to listen to, if you want to have your name in the thank you page of the upcoming periodical, we'll be doing that. And anything else before we end?
Patreon.com/the Pro Crastinators. I don't even know if you said that.
Yeah, I think I did, but it's okay. We can say it again.
And that's the end.
Yeah, follow me on Twitch and Gib.
Oh, me on Twitch. Gib and Take on Twitch.
Saint Comics on Twitch. Okay. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yo.